god.
GG guys, G. Oh god.
Things.
Well, you see, Rex, the ultimate goal is to fill the entire screen with little boxes of people, so we need a couple more to play Jeopardy. And Guild Wars 2 Jeopardy will be a thing soon.
That'll be the best.
I'm looking at the Twitch stream. We could put 2 more people here, 2 more here, and then 3 more here.
Do Guild Wars 2.
7 more people. We'll just fill the screen up with random
Hollywood Squares.
Guild Wars 2 people.
Yeah, but where would we put all the little icon? Where would we put all the
Nobody
traits
cares
and
about
stuff?
that stuff.
This is
Mighty Teapot.
That is a good point, actually. Brazil is probably at this point too casual to talk about raids.
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
My eyes fucking hurt wearing these this close to a screen. Jesus Christ. I was gonna leave my glasses on and see if anyone noticed.
The smart
Just
look.
as an experiment? No, the experiment look.
Ah.
But it's using glasses close to computer screens really hurts. Or only for far away distance, I guess.
Yeah, well,
My
it depends
issue
what
is-
your eyes are like.
My issue is the glare.
Your
Yeah.
shoes, the glare?
Yeah.
My issue
Oh.
is the glare. My shoes.
Shoe
How
on
are
head.
your shoes? I got some new shoes the other day.
Shoe on head
They're
all the way
pretty good.
right.
I got new shoes yesterday because I just went to a wedding, and 10 minutes before I had to leave, I realized that I forgot my dressy shoes at work, and I only had running shoes. So
Perfect.
I went down to the store and got a nice pair. They're very nice, actually. Uncomfortable though, wrong size.
Hey,
Smart.
then.
Yeah.
Bought the wrong size shoe. Did you not put it on your
Slightly.
foot?
Yeah, they're slightly too small. They're. It's just they didn't have a very large selection, and I couldn't go in my running shoes to a wedding.
Sure you
enough.
can. Forrest Gump did it.
Fair. Yeah, that's a good point. I should model my life after Forrest Gump. I live quite an exciting life.
Why not?
Exactly. It's like a
Anybody-
box of chocolate.
Zoltra.
So we are live. This is what's happening right now?
Yeah, we're live.
We are
Yeah.
live. Anybody
I think
thinking
so,
the
yeah.
game is dead
Yeah.
has the IQ of a room plant.
I have several room plants, and they are about that smart. You're right.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the there was a lot of worry on the subreddit and also I guess the forums about whether or not should we just go into this right now?
Yeah,
or-
let's just go
Yeah,
straight
let's
for
just
it.
do it.
Just dive.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Free to play.
Okay, so
Wait, no.
free.
Yeah.
No, play for free.
Play for free. Yeah,
Is-
that's
yeah.
right.
I personally think it's a great idea. I mean, we all sort of knew that it was happening anyway because the game was free inside Heart of Thorns. Oh, so they
Oh. Oh, you've already angered him too much. He's pissed now. He's just gone. He's not coming back.
yeah, he's giving up.
Yep.
Anyway, I was gonna say though
Yeah.
that it's free inside Heart of Thorns, and there was a little bit of an uproar because of that, but that died down, and now it's free to play completely. The core game, and only you're very limited. But I mean, originally when we were talking about the core game being free inside of Heart of Thorns, I had thought that they did that for a reason and didn't just say it's free to play altogether, because I thought they didn't want anybody only having the free game, and they wanted everybody who's playing the game to have the expansion, because that way they could only do things for the expansion, etc., etc. Do that anyway. They're just gonna give the core game free to play, limited amount though, and still say, look, we're only working on stuff for the expansion and beyond, and we're not really changing the core game in any major way from now on. So deal with it, but be happy about it. And I think it's fun.
I haven't tried any the new free accounts, and I don't know how limited they actually are. Like, is it to the point where it's actually just annoying to play and you're sort of forced into actually buying it, or is it basically just a game and you can't talk with anyone?
I could see
Or,
it
like,
being
trade
fun
with
to
it.
play. Like if you can't do map chat, that's annoying. You can only whisper once every 30 seconds.
But it's a
That's
new
what-
conversation every 30 seconds. It's a fresh
Yeah.
person. So that's not actually that bad, I guess.
Oh, okay. So you could whisper
That means
back and
if
forth
you
with
have
someone.
friends, you're good.
Yeah.
I thought it was also the same person though.
Is
I
it?
thought it was. I thought yeah, because that way you can't spam the same person with a chat code every 30 seconds or be less than 30 seconds.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay, that actually kind of hurts if that is the case.
I think it's probably just, and maybe you said this while I was out shutting up birds, but I don't even know what I was going to say. I guess it just feels like an extended trial, like really, like a super extended trial forever.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then they want you to buy the game, obviously.
However, the good thing about the extended trial is it doesn't seem that there's very many, if any, real limitations to PvP, except for the fact that you don't get the elite specializations in Revenant. So for that, I think it's a brilliant
But you-
move
you
because
can't play
PvP
ranked.
needed more people.
You can't play ranked until rank 20, but
Still. I
yeah,
mean,
nothing wrong
yeah.
with that. It's fine.
No,
Even
yeah.
if you buy the full game, you're still going to have that limitation anyway. So
exactly.
the
I
whispering
want to see
thing
one of
is,
those
except
free.
for mutual friends, you can only whisper in the same map one new person every 30 seconds. So
Well, it's one new person, so you can,
So you could still spam
Continue
people then, I
on.
guess.
yeah, just every 10 seconds the same
you
person.
just can't. You can spam one person. You just can't spam the entire map. You know, which is what botters would do, right?
Yeah.
They would
It's true. You wouldn't.
send that one message out to 50 different people or 100 people coming in.
Yeah, a gold seller wouldn't message the same person 5 times in 10 seconds.
That happens to me sitting in the PvP lobby.
But
I
isn't,
think that's
isn't it different
people.
guys? Isn't it different guys? No?
I
Same
think
guy.
it's different
isn't it?
people sending you stuff.
They have the same name.
By maybe.
Does anyone
I-
buy gold in Guild Wars 2?
Apparently
Yes.
someone does,
Seriously?
or they wouldn't be
Probably.
in business. I
They
guess.
must, or they wouldn't be in business.
Yeah.
I know people that have purchased gold in Guild Wars 2.
What are their names?
Some of them
at,
would surprise you.
Controversy.
But I mean,
Some of them would surprise
they
you.
come down really hard on gold
On
purchases.
seller. I have experience talking to gold sellers and like asking them like, what the hell, how is this possible? And from the
Do they
few
actually
that
reply?
I have not like the ones in game, like talking to them outside of the game. And it's interesting because they were like, yeah, ArenaNet just doesn't ban people for it. And they send gold freely to different accounts and move. This was all before the like 500 weekly cap. And I was like really surprised by that. But this guy was definitely a gold seller, and I definitely knew people that were buying gold from him. So I was like, maybe they just don't do anything about it. So I don't know. That was really bizarre to me, but
Yeah.
I don't, maybe it's true. I don't know.
They must do something about it. Maybe they were a little bit lax about it because everybody who was doing it had bought the game. But now if
Yeah.
it's a free game, they might have to crack down on it much
And
harder.
there have been instances. There's a guy that used to be in D&T a long time ago, and
Oh.
I think he bought like
Name dropping.
3. I'm not gonna name drop. I think he bought like 3 storms or something. He bought like 3 precursors, and he like mailed them to people.
Oh,
And
that's
shortly
nice.
after that, he got logged out of his account,
Oh.
and he couldn't log back into it for a while. And then he went online and checked to see like who had logged into it, and like ArenaNet had like logged into his account to see if there was anything going on, and like sent him a message about it. And it's like, we're just making sure nothing bad is going on here. And like some stuff like that happened to a couple of people, and it was very weird. It was always with like legendaries or like big items. I don't think it ever happened.
That can't be cheap though. Like, I don't know.
What do you
I
mean it can't be
don't know the prices, but like buying the legendaries all over, like precursors and stuff, that can't be.
You can go and look and see how much those things cost. Like you can buy like legendaries for like $200, like $100-200, which is a lot of money, but
Wow.
that's half of Heart of Thorns. So
Yeah. But you don't get legendary armor for that.
No.
Ah.
that's probably another reason why they're making the new stuff all account bound.
I was going to say, all the more reason to not let players sell freaking legendary weapons or items.
Yeah,
It should have,
exactly.
you know, it's always been my opinion at the very least that that's something that should never have been allowed, period. it doesn't feel legendary to buy it off the trading post. It doesn't feel legendary to make it and sell it to somebody else. I realize there's a ton of money to be made there, and that's a huge market for those who have the capital to do that. But it always rubbed me the wrong way, and I never liked the fact that you could sell a legendary or buy a legendary without actually doing the work that was required for it.
I think a lot of the reason for that is because they didn't expect like a lot of people to have legendaries, let alone multiples. I just don't think that they expected that to happen. And so they didn't, I guess, think making the final weapon account bound would be a problem. And I guess they didn't think people would ever sell them because they'd be really hard to get. And that was not the case. And I remember, like, the first time I think a legendary ever got posted on the trading post, I was like, seriously? Yeah. Why wouldn't someone just equip that? What the hell? And then people just started, like, making them to sell them and making lots of money from it. And then it just became normal to, like, buy and sell them. Like, I have friends that do that they make a legendary, like, every week and sell it and make, like, 2K gold. So...
Crazy.
GG.
They use it to buy more legendaries.
It's just after you do it once, you take the money and reinvest and do it again.
Money makes money.
I even, like, the other week, someone me a Sunrise, and then I made Eternity and sold it. So.
Someone sent you a Sunrise? Who was this person? How do I become friends with them?
Yeah, it was Aurora Peachy. It was for the purpose of moneying. So
okay. Oh, so wait, they gave you Eternity, Sunrise. You made Eternity, and then split money with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
I've heard about this deal before. Yeah. A lot of my friends have done that as well.
Actually, it was like 800 gold. So
it's not.
So but then, how did you get past that $500 limit on the mailing?
2 weeks.
Gotta wait.
Fair enough.
Well, you could just say, as the subject, please don't make my character commit suicide, Chris, and then you can avoid avoid the inevitable YouTube sensation featuring Brazil. There you go. Mm-hmm. What else happened at PAX?
Is he in the chat? Is Chris in the chat?
No.
I very much doubt that.
Well, he's in one of the chats, not this chat. Yeah. That's a joke. We'll get it, but no one else will.
Snow Goes Ham said a lot earlier that new gold seller meta will be spamming say chat. And
it's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, that would be.
But I mean, you only have to be so and so far away from.
Yeah,
but that's still very obnoxious, though.
Limited, you can't go to Lion's Arch until level 35, I think, or something like that.
What?
Yeah, in the.
Wow. All right.
Got to be level 35 to unlock LA.
You cannot go to
logging out the hubs. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Only that hub though, because nobody else goes to the other cities. Everybody's in LA, so that's all that matters.
Well, 10 levels to even get out of the starting zones, so there's that as well.
That sounds
60
boring.
60 levels for World vs. World, etc., etc.
Does that mean Queensdale and other starting zones will become Baron's chat?
Well, they can't use map chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
They can.
The parents say chat, running around just annoying everybody.
Yeah, my experience with World of Warcraft, I played WoW for 15 minutes, and most of that was making a character, and then I logged into the game and like appeared in the starting zone. And, like, the first thing I saw were, like, 50 character bots just, like, stuck around. And I immediately just started getting whispered by shit. And I was like, fuck this game. And I uninstalled it. So I hope Queensdale doesn't turn into that.
That's what it was. That's what the game was like in Guild Wars 2 after, like, a couple months, in the first few months. And then they cracked down on the bots. That was...
Right, yeah.
It was it's epic. I love that.
It's all a matter of monitoring that stuff and cracking it down. I think ArenaNet is in a much better place now and going forward than they were 2 years ago or whatever it was when that kind of stuff was happening. I mean, fanboyism and stuff aside, you know, I have faith that Shazbot and crew will crack down on these things, and they've already said if they need to make adjustments to the system to protect the veteran players, to protect the players who bought the game, then that's what they'll do to protect that community. They're not going to let it just, fall apart.
Yeah, I think they have a lot more automated things going on for their security nowadays than they did at the beginning of the game, which is why they had so many problems before. So now you don't see it as often because things happen without them having to manually do everything, which is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's probably the only reason they felt secure enough to be able to make this announcement and go play for free.
Can we have a beard scale? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Who has the most?
Wait,
Inks is winning.
wait.
Yeah, Inks is winning.
I had totally off topic. Some lady got into the elevator with me today, and she, very chatty person, and she's like, "What's it like to have a beard?" And I'm like,
Let me show
Hot.
you.
"It's hot in the summer." And she's like, "You should shave it off. You'd look like a totally different person." And I was like, "No, it's not gonna happen."
Because of that reason.
Just such a
Because
random
of-
conversation.
Yeah.
She just got in the elevator with me and like 3 other people and turned to me and was like, "What's it like to have a beard?" And I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you."
There may exist a photo of me with no beard somewhere.
Oh my.
I think
I'm
I've seen
considering
that.
putting it in.
Yeah, we've seen that.
I look
yeah.
like Mighty Teapot,
So you
basically.
can see your neck.
Yeah, you can.
I think
see
it's actually going to turn out that we're actually just clones of each other in the future.
I look a lot like Mighty Teapot.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Ask Inks if he has a new camera. I do not have a new camera.
He put a blanket behind it.
I have
Yeah.
a new horrible blanket behind me that
That's
blocks
beautiful.
out more of the sunlight.
It
Hmm.
looks like
Slow steps.
1965.
Listen, everything I own is from 1965. Don't trash my computer, my blinds, the blankets, my clothing, my glasses. Don't knock 1965. It was a good year.
Good year, yeah.
Yeah. Right, should we get back on topic? And
No.
Yeah.
No.
Are you kidding me?
I mean,
Did you
All right,
guys?
lead us, Teapot.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll
Wait.
actually get back on topic.
should we talk a little bit about raids? A little, maybe.
A little bit.
Brazil, you're in charge here. You're
This is actually something that I was about to like roll into. I have to go dig it out real fast.
Oh.
But there is an image of something on the new Heart of Thorns website. Let me get a link to it. Someone sent it to me in Skype. Here it is. I'm gonna post it. Do you want me to give it to you so you can put it on the stream, or you just want me to put it in stream chat?
If it's an image, I can put it on the stream. So.
An image. I'll make an image or mirror real fast,
Oh my
and
god.
then I'll give it to you. It's pretty interesting. It's like Lion's Arch, but it doesn't look like Lion's Arch. The boats look kind of Cantha-y, and there's like a 3-headed sea
The
dragon.
Hydra.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh yeah. But it's LA. It has to be LA. It's got the lion statues and stuff.
I'll stick it in Skype chat. Yeah, there's a lion statue, which is like, oh, that's totally LA. But like,
I can't actually get it because I'm an idiot and
okay,
I can't.
I'll just put it in chat then.
Yeah. Put it
Yeah,
in
that sounds
chat
good.
and then I'll get it from the chat because I can't do the thing because otherwise I'll just dox everyone.
Oh,
Maybe
right.
Bubbles
Hang
is
on.
actually a Hydra.
Yes.
Maybe so.
Or
Yeah.
this is like one of his minions or something like that.
It
mean, it
looks-
could be
Saying,
Bubbles.
like it looks
Very well
so
could be.
big though. It looks
Yeah.
immense.
It looks bigger
Trishula
than Hydra.
Dragon of the Ice
It's not
Warrior.
just it's not just a simple minion or it's not just a simple Hydra. It seems really
And it's not
really
a
huge.
Leviathan, that's for sure. We saw
Yeah.
pictures of Leviathans, etc., and that's not that. And it's definitely, this is definitely a dragon.
I'm pretty sure I can
I-
explain what it is. I'm gonna post a link.
Oh
And I'm pretty sure. Oh fuck, that didn't link right.
Welcome,
Oops.
welcome Brazil
Dragon of the
and
Ice Cream.
Ink's love child
my-
to the stream.
Here's the real link. This should work.
Oh wait,
That
where-
works. That's the
What one do you want?
that's what the dragon is.
same
Yu-Gi-Oh!
lore. Same lore. It's all good. It all
Wait.
ties in.
It's just the same game, to be honest. the end
Yeah,
of the day.
basically.
There's very little difference between the two.
You lay your trap.
My
Cards.
my biggest question is though, like, why is that in there now? Like, why is that picture?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that seems very
It has to be a raid. Lion's Arch is
You
getting
think?
destroyed again.
Gonna be
I don't
destroyed.
think that's-
It's totally
Oh,
right.
it would be such a good
That's
running
right.
joke if every expansion Lion's Arch gets destroyed and rebuilt.
Yes.
I mean,
That would-
People really didn't like the water park theme, so we'll remake it.
That's it, yeah. Although it doesn't look like Lion's Arch. It looks like maybe old
It's-
Lion's Arch
It's
or something.
Cantha. Look at the boats. Look at the boats.
You're right.
Why,
it is
why would there be a
Cantha.
lion
Cantha
statue in
boats.
Cantha?
Maybe they sent it like the Statue of Liberty. It was a gift.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Totally it.
Uh,
The
but
statue of lion.
is there are boats like that in Blood Tide Coast though?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's maybe it's
So-
Clore Island.
Chlor
Ah,
Island.
that's a very good point actually. There would be lions there, and that means Lion's Arch wouldn't have to get destroyed again.
Exactly. Clore
You say
Island.
that, but is there actually? I don't actually remember a single line there.
It's because you didn't look
Well,
up.
I mean, I think with any of these things, there's kind of artistic, leniencies taken with these things. Obviously, this is a three-headed plus dragon, or three separate dragons, maybe. They are spaced out quite a bit. The
That just
heads-
means the body is that much bigger if it's only
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, very well could be.
I
Very
think-
very cool piece of art.
Yeah, definitely like it. But it also gives you
It's
hope.
huge.
It gives you hope that Heart of Thorns isn't just going to be Mordramoth in the jungle. Gives
Definitely.
you hope that something else is going to happen.
At the end of it, we'll awaken the next dragon.
I don't know.
That would
I'm
be
still
too
hoping-
tacky though, wouldn't it?
No,
It
it
would
would
be
be
too
perfect.
Like, we kill one, another one wakes. We kill one, another
Well,
one
They're
wakes.
already awoken.
I was gonna say at this point they're all
Yeah,
now
like,
awake.
They get out
Um,
of their
but-
hiding
yeah.
or like.
Let's
Well,
see.
I mean,
Even though they're all awake, we don't see any of them basically.
Yeah,
Very
that's
true.
what I keep on wondering. I mean, that's why we need dragon hunters in the game to actually find these goddamn dragons.
wait, it's just
To
it's just
hunt
like
them
the
Them down.
it's like in the movies, isn't it? It's very convenient that they only come at us one at a time, right? Otherwise, we might be in some real trouble.
Yeah.
It's like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
I
we
want
might get wrecked.
Moth and Steve to just like crash over Lion's Arch and destroy everything. That would be awesome. Dragon
That'd be
versus
pretty
dragon.
good.
Yeah.
Well, the good
Yeah.
news is the new Lion's Arch is made out of like dense concrete, and it's all very low to the ground, and it's actually sea creatures. So when we do get run over with water and it gets sunk, then you'll just have like sea creatures at the bottom of the ocean. It's fine. It's
This is your engineer talking, isn't it?
yeah, it's like it was meant to be.
I mean, I
Definitely.
really don't think LA is going to get destroyed again anytime soon. I think it's got to I think it's got to resist at least one attack or some kind of challenge after all the hype that they're putting around in game, at least hype. Not
They've got all
buying
their
it.
airships now and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they
should
made a
be
big-
able to take something.
Right, they
How
made a
about
big
this?
point of the fortifications. So
How about this? We go attack Mordramoth, but then using the Sylvaris, who are, some friendly, some not friendly, we get them to all be convinced to be good guys, and then convince Mordramoth, hey, Mordramoth,
Coming
be a good
out.
guy instead of a bad guy. And, because, he's a dragon of life, basically, right? He's making plants and stuff. He's a life dragon. So, and then they have to all just come and defend us against,
The other
This thing with
dragons.
3 heads.
Yeah.
It sounds very
Ah.
new age.
And
Yeah.
then we ride the dragon into combat. You have they say when we said 10
New
players,
mounts confirmed.
we were
Mounts
joking.
confirmed.
We actually meant 1,000 players, and you get 1,000 people in a raid, and you ride the dragon into combat and fight this one.
Mordramoth, I think the lady doth protest too much. He's saying that's not going to happen, but I think I'll convince you.
Wait, what is this?
Yeah, that seems far out, but yeah. Interesting nonetheless.
And it's the three-headed dragon come at us, so maybe it has something to do with Azor Ahai and and the Song of Fire and Ice. So maybe this guy's the ice dragon, and then we get Primordus to come and attack it.
Ooh.
Should we get back
Yeah.
on topic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's, try it.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
What were we even
Raids.
talking about before? Yeah, raids.
So 10-man raids. How does everybody feel about the
sun
size?
guy looks awesome.
Uh,
The size.
maybe a little.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, that perfect.
Yeah, it's good.
I wouldn't want a single extra member in. I think 10 is very concise. It's very easy to manage, and it opens up a lot bigger possibilities inside the raid and like mechanics wise, what you can do and what you can utilize all 10 players for. So yeah, definitely 10 is a perfect number because yeah, you can still hold communication between you,
It's a lot of ice.
like everyone. Instead of having one commander going, take that, do that. Stack my firefield. Go, 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 go.
I think the most you would need in terms of ice pose you'd only need 5 elementalists really, because that's an
Yeah,
ice pose.
then everyone can have ice pose.
And you can take a warrior, a ranger, and like 3 engineers. That's everything you would ever need. You may not even honestly need the ranger. You could just take 4 engineers, a warrior, and 5 elementalists. That's perfect.
Maybe 1 guardian.
Assuming we'll still need the
Yeah.
ice
Well,
pose.
you have toss elixir S or whatever,
Oh, that counts. Yeah.
or elixir U, whichever one it is. I don't even remember anymore. I think it's elixir U. But
Yeah.
it's U. It's definitely you. S is invisible.
It's definitely you. Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Well,
10's good.
tiny.
10's good because the thing is, did they say that raids were going to be tied in any way, shape, or form to guilds? No. Right?
No.
Not
They didn't
specifically.
specifically say that, though I could imagine that the guild thing, the guild whole acquisition thing is going to be something along the same lines, though. It may not be called a raid, but it could easily just be called, hey, here's your guild raid specifically. You could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the guild hall
Immediately.
acquisition, though, I think they're going to make it significantly easier than raids, though. Hopefully, anyway. 'Cause
Hopefully,
prob-
yeah.
Yeah, because probably there are not large guilds that are not that large that still want to be able to do this and won't
They
be
said it
able-
was going to be everyone, even the smaller guilds, were going to be able to do this.
exactly.
So
It's probably I expect at least in the first 3 months or so, the raid that we get to be ridiculously difficult. And when I say ridiculously difficult, I mean probably impossible to do. And only because they even mentioned in the stream or in the notes that they'll be balancing it after launch because of the fact that they haven't really figured out the true balance of their new elite specializations. And
that's a
and
really
so,
good call.
yeah, so they don't want to maybe do it at a low balance in any way, shape, or form that'll be easily to beat and then rebalance it afterwards to make it hard. They're going to want to make it ridiculously hard, impossible to beat, see if what's coming out with elite specializations, people could figure out how to break stuff, and then reduce the difficulty. So I don't expect anybody to be able to do this thing.
I expect.
Are they going to reduce the difficulty?
I think
If you
well,
believe what Colin said yesterday,
I hope
gonna
not.
happen.
I hope they're just not going to touch it. I hope they're going to put all their faith in the players to somehow figure out a way to do it. Because even though you say it's impossible, that's just a challenge to me. Like, let's do it. Let's try the impossible.
I
Like,
absolutely.
I'd rather
think
have that option.
They'll reduce
Sorry.
the difficulty.
I think they'll reduce the difficulty.
There's too much that's happened for me to not think that, because like even in like a long time ago, 3 years ago when Guild Wars 2 was new, and no one could do a Raw Path 4 because they didn't know that you could poison Simon and just kill her in stealth because she healed. Like they didn't know that. They just wanted to like hit meat in a corner, and that was still too hard for people, and so they just nerfed it like 8 times. And like they nerfed it like recently, like a couple months ago. So you can only pull a certain amount of sparks, so it's not just like one person doing everything. And like they nerfed the worm. I don't know if they nerfed Tequaddle or not. I don't remember if they did or
Well,
not.
Tequaddle has been nerfed a few times, but it's been changed over and
And
over.
then it got buffed and then nerfed again.
I I think they'll probably make it very hard to start off with, just to see what's going to happen, like Boots said.
Yeah.
And then I think they'll roll it back. But I also think there are going to be people that beat it regardless and get really elitist about it and say, we just got to do all we do because we're the best and we beat it. World's first. Woo! And very few people are going to be able to do it. And then they'll, whenever the elitism starts to creep up, they'll reduce the difficulty, take an axe and cut the feet off of the people who are standing on their world's first title, and then it'll be balanced then.
But are you sure you're not just being cynical at this point?
No.
Like we've
He's not
seen
I think I'm being
this happen,
realistic.
of course, and I see your point. Historically, you got a really good point there. But is it actually then when they're saying it's challenging group content and we have 10 players, we have it's a whole new format. Are they actually gonna do the same thing? Like, do you honestly think that they're gonna
Yeah,
go back to their
because
challenge
they made
challenge?
a specific point. Colin Johansson said there's no attunement process and masteries are going to make it easier. So, like,
Masteries are making it easier and not do, like, you don't need to have a certain level of mastery in order to do it.
yeah,
I
but it
disagree
will
with
be
that.
helpful.
I disagree
So,
with that. Look
I-
at the boss fight. You have to have a kite and updraft in order to do that fight. Otherwise, you're instantly dead.
The updrafts are part of the...
mean, your party
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can potentially avoid it, can't you?
You can... I think you'll be able to do it without having
Hmm.
maxed out masteries. I think it will be very difficult.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to max out
Max-
all the masteries.
No.
I do think you'll need certain ones.
Doing it
or-
without a glider probably won't be possible, but doing it with like only the base glider unlocked will probably be possible. And by the time you have like maxed out super glider, it'll probably be really fucking easy to do. And the difficulty will be in the mechanic, not just flying around. So I think that model, that being able just to like go into the raid and play the raid and not having attunement, I think that says it's going to be hard, but there's going to be a little bit of a throttle, and maybe that throttle will be adjusted, or throttle stop, rather.
I just think that there's going to be a throttle at launch because of the fact that they don't know what the elite specs could. Chronomancer could just completely destroy
Yeah.
the game, PvE entirely. Chronomancer could, give quickness to everybody forever, and who knows what could happen with that. So I think it's going to be crazy throttled at launch, and they could either do it two ways, actually. They could do it two ways. They could do crazy throttled at launch and then nerf it a little bit once they realize the limitations and abilities of the elite specs, or they could not throttle it as much at launch, hope for the best, and then possibly nerf the elite specializations or nerf the prof thread. But I don't think they're going to want to do that because that'll open up the possibility of beating the raid when they shouldn't be beating the raid. You know what I mean? Like, what's better in your mind? What's better in your mind? Actually, that's a good question. What's better? Nerfing something that's too hard because nobody could do it, or nerfing characters because they're able to do something?
I don't think
Conundrum.
that they're going to nerf characters because they've been purposefully making them underpowered. Oh, well, when I say them, I mean like stuff like Reaper, maybe not Chronomancer, but a lot of the stuff that's come in seems to be underpowered and then it gets buffed. So I don't think they're going to buff it in from the beta weekend stuff and then just nerf it again. I really think the likeliest thing to do is just to nerf the raid difficulty, make it too hard at the start, and then nerf
I
it.
think so.
Which, that's not even ideal because people are going to complain and cry on the forums like they always do about everything. And you want it to come into the game balanced already. That's the dream.
But it's impossible.
It's impossible. And I think...
It would have only been possible had they not been releasing elite specializations at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Because they could do internal testing with known variables.
And there may be guilds out there beta testing the raids right now, and maybe we don't know about it.
Maybe, yeah.
Could be.
But
Yeah.
MightyTeapot made a face. You don't think that's happening?
No, I do think that's happening.
I think that's happening too.
Don't you know that's happening though?
Wait, what?
Maybe. But yeah.
What? What's going on here? Is there
Never
something?
mind.
I think the likely thing and the best, the lesser of all of the evils is going to be to make it too hard and then reduce the difficulty, and then maybe not reduce it to where everybody can do it because that'd be fucking stupid, but reduce it to where like you have to actually play without wearing your ass as a hat. So
This is why.
I hope it's not nerfed. I hope it's not reduced. I want to see, like Colin was saying, I want him, not him specifically, but I want ArenaNet to deliver on those words of it's going to be just as difficult today as it is a year from now.
But
In other
Moinks-
words, not nerf it. I mean, it'll get easier the more you do it, obviously. The more
Moinks-
that you do it, but yeah.
But Moinks, I think that
Points, yeah.
I think that what he means by that is that there's no creep in the level. There's no more creep in the level of power of the characters necessarily on a whole overall. But I don't think he means that he's not going to nerf something that they purposely make too hard just in case after the release is set. I don't think they're going to. I don't think that's what that means.
I mean, you could very well be right. I just hope that's not true.
I just
I
want
mean,
them to add.
if it's absolutely impossible to do, which I highly doubt anything's going to be impossible. It might be really, really difficult, but almost nothing is impossible. I mean, unless it's absolutely impossible, I don't want to see it.
just
Nothing is
to
impossible unless
confirm
it's
for
impossible.
chat, I haven't beta tested anything other than Reaper in the beta weekends, so I haven't done any raids yet. Since there's some
But,
speculation about that.
This is why they should just add difficulty settings. They didn't say anything about hard mode, and I
Yeah.
was very unhappy actually. I was so certain that they were going to announce hard mode or
I'm
something
really
like that.
fucking glad they didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Gambits and instabilities just piss me off.
Well, no,
Like,
it wouldn't be.
there's
It
no-
wouldn't be like that. I mean, it would be like Guild Wars 1 hard mode, not like that. Not like.
like Fractal 80 compared to
Yeah.
Fractal 50.
No, not like-
that's. I don't know
everything's
anything.
level 84 instead of level 80.
No. Enemies did more damage, had more health, etc. Like on Cliffside at level 80, the novices would Heartseeker you for like 50,000 damage, and you just die.
Well,
So,
no.
like, you had to have protection, you had to blind, you had to be very organized and have very specific buffs to be able to like live that stuff.
Well,
I thought that was good, but a lot of people
Oh, really?
say that's artificial difficulty, terrible, and they don't like it.
Well, in Guild Wars 1, a lot of the enemies actually kind of have less health, but they attack faster, they cast faster, but most importantly, the AI was a lot better. And
You know what? Actually, you guys bring up a good point that makes me think that maybe Moinks is a little bit is on the right track a little bit. Because if they're designing these raids not as artificial difficulty that just does a ton of damage and has a ton of life or whatever, but instead they're designing these raids to be intricate, skill-based, puzzly type of ridiculously tough things to do. Like you have to be very coordinated, very etc. And it's not just overpowering something or whatever. Then there wouldn't be a way to really nerf it if these are things that you're going to have to be able to do mechanically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be ridiculously difficult, not because your characters might be overpowered, but because you have to be skilled enough in how you play the game to be able to do it. I don't know.
But a lot of people will be unhappy with that style because
Yeah, I realize
what
that,
does it matter
but-
what builds you have, or yeah.
in some
Builds
respects
matter.
that could be considered to be frustrating. So a lot of people will say that's frustrating, and then I think ArenaNet should ignore those people because I think they should just leave it. I'm with Inks on this. They should just leave it. It should remain impossible for most people. The whole point of this
I
is
completely
that
agree.
the whole point of this is that it's not for everyone.
Yeah, I just for the record, I don't mind that. I don't mind it being like next to impossible, because like legendary armor that's account bound should be really hard
yeah.
to get.
Incredibly exclusive.
And yeah, I'm completely fine with it being like so hard that maybe I finish one set of armor and then I'm like, I'm not doing that again. And I'll just like be proud of my guardian forever. So
I think there's a misconception currently too on how this legendary armor is going to work, like how you're going to get it. You're not going to complete a raid and get a boot.
yeah.
I mean, you're going to get pieces in order to complete the precursor armor that you'll make into legendary armor later. Obviously we don't have full specifics on that just yet, but you're not going to complete, wing 1 and get a glove. And, now I got legendary gloves. I don't ever have to do wing 1 again, because that would be ridiculous. Like, it's not going to be a one-stop shop for legendary armor. You're going to need to repeat it many times over.
Is it going to be
Probably a
RNG?
collection.
Yeah, more likely
don't
a
know.
collection.
The collection system that they're pushing out for the new precursors is more likely to be involved with this as well, but I don't know how that is going to tie in. Like, if raids are going to give some sort of currency, or if it's just going to be all these random loot drops, or like you have to complete this boss in set time, or like do it with only so and so. I don't know.
I could
Like
see it
Dance
being a
with Queen
collection.
Jenna, like,
I could see it being a collection, like at the end of each wing you get one part of a collection of 3 items. When you get all 3 items, you get to select a precursor of one of the whatevers. One of the
Maybe something like that. It'll be some kind of precursor scavenger hunt collection thing, and the pieces from this will mostly come from, or maybe entirely come from, raids alone. Meaning that you'll have to get these different pieces, perhaps from different bosses, or maybe from the entire wing itself, in order to complete those things.
Or the gym
And-
store.
It could be a
Gems.
million different things. Like, it could be
Like
also
control.
that they added like keys or like stuff like
Right,
that,
yeah.
so that you had to find chests like we see in Silver Waste and stuff like that. You had to bring shovels. That would be super annoying though, and like
Yep.
disruptive. But they could easily do it if it's long enough, because we have no idea how big or expensive it actually is. So yeah, they could fill it with basically everything. Jumping puzzles, I don't know.
I'm sure that we'll get more details for all that kind of stuff soon, but it's interesting to think about. And I think there's this misconception. People are already assuming that I'm going to do wing 1 and get a boot. It's not going to be that simplistic. You're hoping for too much if that's what you think the end reward is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'll
think my
give you
biggest
a
question
boot.
also is like,
Boots.
Right out of the party.
Boots.
I think my biggest question actually with it is it only going to be legendary armor that you can get from these raids, and like when that's done, are you sort of over with it, or is there going to be a secondary thing? Is there going to be
It's a good
That's a
question.
good point.
Think about it
Like-
this way. There are 3 tiers of legendary armor. There's like light, medium, and heavy. And
Yes,
I
but
think
what's
they're
going to
gonna make you be
incentivize
able
me
to
to do it
select.
after that?
another set of
Yeah.
a different weight.
Okay, what am I going to be incentivized to do after 8?
What about
Like-
raid number 2?
Ideally,
Longevity. Why would
yeah,
like?
different legendary armor skins.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, but isn't that going to be
Or-
tied to new raid then?
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Assuming
probably
this
going to
set is
be...
only going to be for this one.
Well,
Right, I'm sure there's probably going to be minis or other items that will have the possibility of dropping in
Yeah,
the raid. as
or-
passive
Legendary
armor.
minis.
Yeah, there's got to be something in the
be
raids
something
that
extra.
is sellable
legendary dies.
Mm.
for it to be worth it. Maybe you
Instead of
could
just electro blue, now I exude light.
Maybe they
maybe
make
you
the
could
last.
salvage the legendary precursor armor for something ridiculously important. I don't know.
Yeah.
Loads of ectos
Maybe,
or something.
maybe the raid chest has an increased chance at dropping like those destabilized ectoplasms or something.
Ah,
Well,
yeah,
and
that would be pretty
I think
interesting.
like ascended gear drops and stuff is something you'll probably see as well.
Yeah.
A chance for an ascended weapon or armor box that you can change the stats on, rings or back pieces or whatever, you know. I think that kind of stuff will come for sure, but there could be tonics or minis. No, not mounts. Mounts aren't going to happen.
I think ascended runes would ever happen.
I've thought about that and legendary runes. There's stuff on.
Well, legendary runes. I mean, if we're following the pattern of legendary stuff,
It's just you can
being able to
switch.
select the
Yeah.
stats. That would
To be fair, that would be really
I think
good.
We talked about that. a
That'd be
little bit.
really nice. very convenient.
That'd be a
that'd be
crash to
ridiculous.
every other
Everything. Yeah.
sigil in the game.
Well, it depends how
right?
hard
Yeah.
it is to get. If it's ridiculously hard to get, maybe not so much.
I could see wanting to only put legendary runes in your legendary armor though, because that way, like if you put generosity or not that sigil, but if you put scholar or strength runes in there, and you're like, oh, maybe I don't want this anymore, you're losing a lot of money.
But
if
if you have legendary armor, you probably don't really care.
Well, no, you do, because with legendary armor, you're gonna want the point of legendary armor is being able to switch your stats on the fly, right? So switching your stats don't mean much if you can't also switch your runes on the fly that easily.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Is that going to be tied to the gem store now as well with the extractor shit?
Ugh.
Extractor's terrible.
That would.
Oh, that's such a
that
bad
would kill
item.
me.
That's such a horrible item.
Like,
It's not
The
like
item
it's
is
even made
good.
a
The
video
price
on
is
it.
horrible.
My entire legendary set now has to be what, salvaged or
Yeah.
extract?
I think they
Damn.
might do like a PvP system where you can like unlock runes into it. Like you buy the rune set once, and then you have like a rune library or like a spell book or something, and you can
Like,
That would be an
put
interesting.
that would
runes
kinda
that you
nerf-
unlocked into the legendary armor, just into the legendary armor.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Like you can right click on the legendary armor and say like open spell book or something, and like go in and pick your runes out of it. And maybe you could do that for each piece. So
They
you
don't
can-
even have build templates yet. I don't think they're
No.
going to do that.
I mean, they may not. It may just be you have to overwrite the runes every single time you want to do something else, which is stupid. But you have to do that on legendaries with sigils right now, the weapons.
Yeah.
You know, I
true.
Yeah,
think
but it's not like in the price range of getting 6 new.
strength runes.
Superior
Yeah.
sigil of generosity.
Yeah, but you're not going to remove that from your weapon.
Yeah, just
Ever.
get another weapon. Craft
Even if you
another.
have 4%
Craft another
crit
legendary.
chance.
God's sake, Brazil.
I don't know if we're gonna see something like that come super soon. I think eventually they need to come up with an answer for something like that. But for now, they're gonna force you to fuel the economy and buy your rune set that you want to change. It's annoying, it really is, but that would kill the rune and sigil market, right?
Yeah. It would.
Someone suggesting an infinite extractor costs 1 gold each time you use it. I mean, I could
I'd
definitely
do that.
Sadly,
Better than
sadly,
the
I could
30.
totally see that being done. But
Yeah.
Guild Wars 2.
I guess there's value there.
Put that in the gem shop for 1,000 gems. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good
there's no
value.
question.
I'd be mad about it, but I'd buy it anyways.
You just
Yeah.
save so much money
Like,
in
even
the
if it-
long run. You
Even
just
if
save
it
so much
uses
money.
like 10 silver every time you extract something. I
It
mean,
has to be way more than 10 silver.
Yeah, Tenzo was insane.
Well, if
for an
you pay
extraction.
1,000
11 silver, fine. Twist my arm.
Paying 1,000 gems for it would be, I don't know.
It's fueled by platinum doubloons.
Yeah.
No, I need my platinum.
But I mean, with the salvage-o-matic is a little bit better than buying basic salvage kits. So following that pattern, it will be a little bit better than
Yeah,
what
you have
have
an
right now.
80% chance to get your rune out of it.
Oh, no,
Heck
no, please no.
That's an 80% chance.
That's horrible.
Oh, pay 1,000 gems. GG. Nope.
Yeah,
Actually,
you're
no, that
afraid.
wouldn't be terrible. That wouldn't be
Oh,
terrible.
yeah, it would. It
For
would.
runes never get that expensive.
But
On average,
Do when you lose
actually,
money
if it
on
was
strength
80%,
runes.
that's true. With 80%, you'd lose 1 out of every time you try to get all your runes off.
Yeah. He's gonna
Yeah.
be pissed. God damn it.
Yeah, okay, never
There's
mind.
major implications to the
Honestly,
trading post and stuff. I don't know that we'll.
I think they could just add recipes for every single rune. Like if they added a recipe for strength runes, like make it like 25 powerful bloods. No, that's too much, I guess. Make it like bloods and something, and you can craft them. The price would go down. So you could
Yeah.
change them out cheaper.
The thing is, though, do they want to mess with the market like that?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Well, even if they put in like a salvager or something to get the thing out, or if if they do anything to convenience us, it will mess with the market somehow. That's just the reality of it, I think.
Very true.
Someone
So-
just made an interesting comment. I find it funny that some people might enjoy the look of the precursor armor more than the legendary armor. So if you have to use the precursor, actually no, if you have to use the precursor in the forge to, no, you would still unlock it in your
your wardrobe.
Yeah.
your
The
wardrobe.
wardrobe
it's
is
not
still
a-
unlocked and you can still transmute it, so there's no real
Yeah.
dilemma
That's
there.
awesome.
What's
The
funny is
question is though,
there's a community of people who, on purpose, will reskin their legendary weapons to something, ridiculous, like a wooden sword or something instead of bolts.
Yeah, I have a buddy who does that to them.
And they'll go
to
around
eternity.
linking it map chat to each other.
Legendary wooden sword.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
the floppy sword, the toy sword. Oh, that is very
How
good.
flamboyant do we think that these are going to get? Like,
I
armor?
don't know. Is it gonna be a glow? Is it gonna be?
Like, is it going to be silly? Like, quips?
Is it gonna
and,
start to
like,
look
Yeah.
like WoW?
If
armor?
it-
It's gonna
If
be
it's like the Glorious Heroes armor, I'm not gonna have it because that armor looks terrible.
You're still gonna
Yeah.
have it. You're
No,
just
I'm not gonna get it. I'll just
You're not
do
gonna get
raids for
legendary
fun.
It's gonna be
I won't make it.
the shoulder pieces. The shoulder
Just
pads
transmute
will
the
just
damn
fire out quips. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm
refuses.
I'm content with my ascended armor because
But you
like
can't swap.
I don't
stats.
swap stats anyways. If you're not using berserkers, you're an idiot. So
I need to swap stats. I switch builds constantly.
well, yeah, we know you do.
But you're gonna be using Valkyrie. There you go, Brazil.
I'm not gonna be using Valkyries.
You're gonna totally be using Valkyrie. I'm telling you right now.
Berserkers is still gonna be better for Reaper because Life Force is a percentage. It's not, and it takes you longer to fill the pool back up if you have more health.
No, it
I
doesn't.
think.
No, it's a
Does it not?
percentage. You just said it's a
Yeah.
percentage.
Yeah,
lot-
it's a percentage. Whatever you
But
said.
all the generation is also a percentage, so it's the same.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
but-
fine. But
Okay.
you're gonna lose out on crit chance when you're using Gravedigger. So I mean you'll have at best like 70%, which is not 100, so it's wrong.
Yeah.
But as long as you-
However, when you're in Reaper form, and you're
Yeah.
going to be able to stay in Reaper form longer, yes, the generation is just a percentage. However, when people hit you with stuff, it'll take off less.
I
of
know.
your- Yeah. Okay.
But like at the same time, you don't want to be in Reaper form the whole time. Like it's good, but you want to go and Gravedigger people.
Oh, someone's blaming Brazil. They just crafted their legendary, or their legendary set, yeah. They just
Valkyrie
crafted their
set.
Valkyrie set. Thanks, Brazil.
You can use it if you want.
Everything.
I mean, it's not bad, but I'm probably not going to be using it personally.
All right. All right.
There's actually one guy in the chat actually made an interesting comment, and I've actually been thinking about this. That Shaman data mined armor sets ages ago that would like evolve, or like the spikes would get longer. Like there were two
Right.
models. It was
Yeah.
basically,
Oh,
basically
yeah.
the same, but the
Obsidian.
spikes would get longer, and like the mask would change or something like that. It was subtle changes, but it looked cool.
Obsidian armor, maybe.
But is that legendary enough? Like, is
No.
there a point where people are gonna be like, this does not look legendary enough to me? Like, I'm not
Well,
shining. Why
There's
would
always
I
going to be
invest in
that.
this?
I think there's always going to. It's just like legendary weapons, right? You're going to have people who like specific looks, who don't like specific looks. It's artistic,
Mm-hmm.
whether you like it or not.
I have two very important questions and points. One has to do with the legendary armor. They said there's 2 armor sets coming out included in HOT.
Open world. 2 open world armor sets. It's very important.
Okay, so those are
It's
not.
gonna be like the silver waste.
It's very
Those are not
different
like,
from.
Okay, so those are not
Right.
legendary armor. That's not the legendary, and that's not the guild hall armor then.
It's like
well,
luminous.
I don't know.
I think the guild armor is gonna be separate completely, and I think there's gonna be
Yeah.
just map specific. You're gonna need that map specific currency for something, and they're gonna incentivize you to like purchase weapons specific to that map, or like armor specific to that map, just like the luminescent required insane amounts of those
Okay,
bandit crests.
so that means we know there's at least 5 new sets of armor coming out with HOT.
Yes. It's,
Really?
yeah.
Precursor.
Well, I mean, one
plus-
for
There are
think
20
once
sets
it's
of
right.
armor coming out with HOT.
because of 3 different armor types. Yeah,
Was I right?
No.
you're
Well,
about right. Yeah, it's
Well,
close.
Sort of,
It's
kind
close.
of.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like
Cool.
6 times
Yeah.
I'm really
3,
good.
so 6
They
times
did say
3
they
is
did say they were
18.
unique looking, that they were unique per armor weight.
My
technically.
my favorite thing about all of this is the PAX Commander Mastery that's going to let me get my Witch Doctor armor for my Necromancer. Everything else can just go and leave. I just
Scrub
want that
Lord,
armor.
You should also already have it. Come on, get in the game.
Right. That brings me to my second thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
About Necromancer. Coming back to Vitality and Valkyrie. Brazil, don't you want 250% crit damage?
Well,
You could
first
only
of all,
get that high if you have Valkyrie armor.
you can get to 237% without it.
Yeah, but you need that extra 15%.
15%.
Yeah.
You're the math person. That's not 15%.
I was rounding. I was rounding.
You are not the keys.
I don't... Well, you have to go into...
Runes of the Worm, and you take the food that gives you like 10% extra crit damage, ferocity based off of Vitality.
That's not even worth it.
It's totally worth it.
You lose out 10% damage from your potion, and like you lose out on good runes, so like you're not making up anything.
Potion. Who needs a potion?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
So yeah, raids.
Yeah. Is
We're
that?
totally looking forward to that.
Yeah. Get hyped.
I can't wait.
Everyone in the chat, get hyped.
Hey.
Let's
I
see
think
some
Yeah.
hype in the
it's
chat.
gonna cause
Let's
some
raise your dongers. I'm gonna
Raise your
post some-
dongles.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, spam some hype, yo. Raise your dongles.
I can't find home row on my keyboard. There it is.
gosh.
My microphone's in the way.
Have we kind of?
I
It's
think,
fine.
that's,
have
I
we-
think it's going to cause a little bit of drama at first, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm very much looking to it.
This
I'm
is-
even looking
which
forward
is-
to drama. Screw it.
This is the Guild
Can't
Wars
wait.
2 community.
What's
Literally
gonna cause
everything
drama?
causes
Sorry.
drama.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if you're in a larger guild, right? Let's say you're in a large guild, and you can only take 10 people, or maybe you're even in a smaller guild of an odd number of people. You're not going to be able to take all those people with you on the raid, right?
Are we talking about the guild raid or the raid?
The raids,
Raid.
the actual raids themselves. Let's say your guild has 17 people, so you're 3 short of a second team, right?
That's how it works, man.
You
Well, GG,
I
get
know,
on
you're gonna-
earlier.
You're going to need to find more people, obviously, but like I said, there's going to be a little bit of drama, some salt.
Yeah.
Some people at
The-
That's how good guilds are supposed
This
to...
is the thing about
But isn't-
drama in Guild Wars 2. I have a lot of insight onto this. This is an issue that keeps fucking coming up everywhere I go. And the thing about drama in Guild Wars 2 and anything really that's related to that is that we've had the same content for 3 years and people get bored of it. So they have to engage in extracurricular activities, aka drama, and thinking they're good and better than everyone else because there's nothing else to do. And so drama comes on. And when there's new stuff, there's going to be drama for like 10 minutes on Reddit, and then everyone's just going to play the game or not play the game. And that'll
Yeah,
be it.
honestly, I know it'll be fine. There'll be a lot of, just prepare yourselves. Just like the whole nonsense over it going free to play, there's going to be someone raids.
You
When
mean
raids
play
first
for
come
free.
around.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Play for free. Excuse
Okay.
me, you're absolutely right. Play for free.
I think there's gonna probably be some drama, but I mean, that's one thing I found was missing in guilds in Guild Wars 2 is
Drama?
not drama, but I mean obviously in D&T you have a ridiculous amount of drama or something. I don't know, but
It's not. I'm not saying this is a problem exclusive to D&T. I'm saying this is a problem exclusive to everyone that plays Guild Wars 2.
yes,
Yeah.
there's always
I'd agree
drama
with that.
in some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, because in guilds, in Guild Wars 2, so far my experience, I'm not part of D&T, so I can't talk about stuff like that.
This isn't a D&T thing.
All right.
It's not a D&T
All
thing.
right.
This
However-
is a Guild Wars 2 thing.
But
Everybody
the
blames
thing is, the
themselves.
things you do in guilds, and you could do dungeons, I guess, or you could do, fractals. But those are always like, hey, I'm doing a fractal. Anybody want to come join? There's no intense raiding. There's no intense groups that are supposed to be like tight, doing stuff over and over again. And the other thing is you do the world bosses, but the world bosses everybody gets to go. So there's never been that thing that you got from old other games like World of Warcraft or whatever, where it's like, ooh, am I gonna make it into the group 1 of the guild, or am I gonna make it into group 2 or whatever? And that's kind of fun. I don't know about you guys, but it's fun to like be part of that kind of experience.
For some people. For some people, the ones that get left out, it's not fun.
But there's a good looking for group
Is there going to be a
tool.
raid looking for group tool?
Of course there's gonna be.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
like, yeah,
That's how you find new friends.
exactly.
Look
That's
at
how
the
you.
group. It's,
That's
it's
how
a
you
really
I think,
want to
though-
break your head in the
It's going to be a
keyboard.
while before I
Yeah.
use LFG for raids.
Yeah,
Well,
we
of
did-
course, because
Personally, it's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to be using that right away.
Unless they add an easier version, like reverse hard mode. I think.
I don't,
in-
and I don't think that's a good idea, but
But no.
See.
But I've talked with Deroir about this quite a lot. If you go in the lower difficulty, you cannot get any of the rewards from the higher difficulty. So it's still
That would be cool.
exclusive. It's still exclusive to the higher difficulty, but to make it kind of accessible for everyone, they have a system like this in WoW, basically, where you can just group up with random plebs and do a really easy raid and just crush it, and you kind of get the same thing, but it's worse, and it doesn't look as good. And that's what I would be that's what I was hoping for.
They had a system like that in Dungeon Defenders too.
Do they actually?
Yeah.
there seems to be some confusion. We're not getting 3 raids. We're getting 1 raid with 3 wings. There's a difference there. Probably about
Someone explain that,
9 bosses.
like for the people that don't understand what wings is, because I had to
Well, there you flap
like
them.
look that up.
And you
and
go.
ask
Basically,
what is
think of
this?
it like dungeon paths or hallways, right? You go into a central raid hub, and the first wing, the first hallway will be open for you to raid, and there'll be X number of bosses inside. I think somewhere it said
It's
3
that gate you
bosses.
see opening.
Right.
Yeah.
Gate
Yeah.
opens,
Yeah.
you go in,
It's
and
like-
it's instanced.
Yeah, like the White House. You know how there's the West Wing and the East Wing. So in the West Wing, you would fight the Chief of Staff as the final boss, and the East Wing, you would fight like. Yeah, continue.
Yes.
The end boss is Obama. Anyway,
I think something really curious about that gate, by the way, was the fact that there was. It seemed that there was a portal right there
Yeah.
to have the wing completely separated from the rest.
yeah,
I don't know.
instant.
I haven't
That's
played
that's
WoW,
so people
I couldn't-
can't break into it before they're supposed to. It portals you to some other place, which people are gonna do it anyways.
Mm.
People break into the maps months before they're supposed to be released.
But
Royal
yeah,
Dirt.
anyway, it's basically a central hub with 3 different paths with different bosses in each of those, and they'll unlock,
As you beat
you
the,
know,
the
as
other ones.
as you go
As they
along.
release it. As they
As they
release
release it.
Because they're feeding them in over the course of the living world. And that's why I think they actually have 2 or more raids already finished, but they're going to bring them in as the living world goes through. And the same with maps as well, because I nearly punched my monitor when I found out we were only getting 4 maps. That was just... I wanted to kill myself, because that's terrible. I mean, come on.
Well,
4
how
maps
many-
is
how
not...
many
I have
maps do you
some
really
I have
think
some
you're gonna get?
medication you can take right here if you want to help with that.
I don't know.
How many
Is
maps
this...
were you really expecting?
I was hoping for at least double that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Serious. I'm not joking.
I
I think
expected about
I-
6
like-
personally. I thought we were gonna get 5 or 6 maps, so a little lower for my
They'll be. I didn't expect anything. I was expecting to get 1 map, and just be like really big. But I'm fine.
No, I knew we were only getting 1 map because it's called Verdant Brink. So it's like the edge of the rest of the stuff.
I don't really care how many maps we get because I'm probably just gonna be in Lion's Arch anyways. And I'll just raid sometimes. Like that's basically all I'll do, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've actually got a lot of content stored up for the living world.
Yeah.
Like we know how long it sort of takes them to do a living world update. It's like 3 months or whatever. I believe that's the number. So like what's the scale going to be? Like when are we going to see the living story roll out, and how frequent are these wings going to come out? That's the more important question, I think. Because that's also, if they're going to go through these 3 wings of 1 raid within the course of like 2 months, let's just put it really unrealistically, but like just to say a number. like would they start rolling out a new map with a new raid, or like new map and then introduce a raid there with a new wing and keep going like that?
I think it'll be separate.
Could that be?
I think it'll be separate because usually as far as I think they do raids usually is that they only release the new ring of the raid once people have gotten to the point where they're starting to beat it properly. Like a decent percentage of the population are actually getting it done. So that could be any amount of time, right? Like it depends on how it's balanced, and they don't know how long it's going to take for people to start being able to farm,
Right.
let's say,
Right.
a wing. So
Exactly.
There's one thing I noticed when they were talking about all of this, that they were doing these live updates and stuff like that, but they never actually returned to the 2 weeks cadence that they usually talked about. Oh, there's 2 weeks to the next one, and 2 weeks
Well,
prior.
they
You
did.
get to-
They did in very short bursts. Unfortunately, season 2, for as good as it was, and I really do believe season 2 was way better than season 1, but we would get like 4 patches, so like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 times in a row, and then they'd go on like a month or 2 break, unfortunately, and then they'd go back to the cadence for like 2 or 3 cycles, and then they were having another break to finish things
So
up.
Yeah.
do you think they could just cut it to once a month?
I mean,
How do you think the community would
It's
react
free.
to that?
It's free, so I don't think you can complain.
I absolutely think you can complain. I just don't think it's justified.
Oh, but yeah, you
Good
can.
one.
You could.
Yeah,
But, I
that's,
mean-
that's what a lot of people do.
The
I don't-
deal is, I think they had 2 weeks in mind because they thought they could do 2 weeks in mind, and I think they could do 2 weeks they could do a release every 2 weeks. They could. The reason why that changed is because people were giving feedback on those each individual releases. Because people remember back in the day, they obviously had stuff pent up before launch, but so they were releasing that the first little bit, and then they announced the 2 weeks, and they were doing it. However, sometimes those releases were very small. Sometimes those releases were like a little festival or a little this or a little that. And people were like, well, this is kind of lame. If this is what we're getting every 2 weeks, I don't know if I like this whole deal. So what they did was they took a little break, and then they started coming out with bigger things every 2 weeks. And then they have to be able to do that. They know what their resources are. They could only release nice big chunks every 2 weeks if they take time to prepare it properly. And I think those resources really haven't changed yet, really, for Heart of Thorns either. We have a huge break before Heart of Thorns, and we're seeing what we could get from that, right?
yeah.
The
You know, and a
question
lot
is
of
like
things in
going forth, I guess.
Yeah, obviously season 3 is going to set the pace for a lot of things. Whenever that's going to start, obviously we have no idea. But I would expect we're going to get the regular 2-week cadence like we have been. And at some point in the stride, they'll do a mid-season break at somewhere, and that'll go on for like a month maybe, and then they'll go back to 2-week cadence. The problem with season 2 was they did exactly that, but then they got into the circumstance we started hitting the holiday seasons and stuff where, you know, their employees get a break just like everybody else who works. And so that kind of, the scheduling was a little bit messed up with where season 2 started in the year and that sort of thing. So it really will depend when season 3 starts, how long they go before their mid-season break, and then how it fits into the actual yearly calendar of things.
Yeah. And don't forget, I mean, there's still stuff like World versus World seasons that they might still have to roll out every once in a while. And yes, they do continue while there are some updates, but usually they have a little break around when they start announcing a new World versus World season. So I'm not unhappy about this. The only thing I'm a little unhappy about is that we have had such a huge break before Heart of Thorns. That's obviously just using all the resources to prepare for Heart of Thorns. And if there are only 4 maps, that means that, yeah, I think that basically what we're getting, at least at release, is what they were able to create in the time that we had this gap. So, like, if we hadn't had this gap of releases, and Heart of Thorns was never released, if they never even thought about doing an expansion and just continue like this, would we have gotten the same amount of maps? Maybe. Would they be as high quality? No, probably not. So I think it's good overall. And also it brings, obviously, it lets them have a chance to bring new players to the game.
You know, I think it's obvious to most of us that Heart of Thorns, because it's their first expansion, there's a lot of growing pains and learning steps along the way with making an expansion for Guild Wars 2, because this is a new... Expansions are not new to them necessarily, but for Guild Wars 2, they're new to them. And so shuffling around resources and trying to schedule things properly has been, I think, probably more challenging than maybe they initially anticipated. That's speculation on my part, but hopefully when we see the next expansion, which of course won't be a few years from now, probably about 2, right? Hopefully next time they'll have things planned for us while we're waiting for the expansion, so that we're just not sitting around and leveling up characters or running dungeons over again or whatever it is people are doing right now.
And I think the only reason it took 3 years for the first expansion to come out is because they only decided they're going to start working on an expansion maybe 1 year into the game. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say probably right now they've already decided, yeah, we're going to do another expansion, and it'll come out in maybe 2 years.
Mm. Yeah, and then they make Guild Wars 3.
Yep.
How many expansions do you think it will be before
Drop
Guild
all
Wars 3?
the rest of the dragons into the next expansion and then
New game, new
I
game.
just hope that Guild Wars 3 uses DX12.
Oh, so see what you mean? So it will actually run. So it's actually possible to run it at 60 frames a second.
It would be DX11 if they release Guild Wars 3, though.
I'd be fine with that because I'm staying on Windows 7 and I'm never upgrading for any reason.
Never, ever.
It's because of Microsoft Illuminati, and they're going to own
It's
it.
because of that and because I have some programs that I really need to work that I think if I upgrade, they won't work anymore.
Maybe you guys could help me with this. On my desktop, I upgraded to 10 and it's fine. On my laptop, I had 8.1, and for some reason, it says it's getting Windows 10, but it's been stuck on downloading Windows 10 for about 3 weeks now. And
Right, so...
Well, your
that
main
means-
problem is that you're Canadian.
That is a big problem. But no, it means that something in the system has not updated. It's either one of your
That's it.
drivers somewhere.
So I tried to run Windows Update like several times, and it fails. I have like 105 important updates to install, but it always fails every time I try to install them.
As someone who's Microsoft certified, never trust Microsoft. You're going to need to look for the actual, use a third-party program to find what's out of date and updated.
Okay.
Update it manually yourself.
Or just don't update it.
Or
I need to
just
get
be
rid of
like
8.1. 8.1 is terrible.
Go back to 7.
Yeah, I like 7.
7 is terrible.
Go back to
Wait, 7 is
use-
terrible? I like 7.
Use XP Pirated Edition. That's the best one. Oh my god, I love those UI skins.
Really?
So Guild Wars.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think we've...
Now that we
Exactly
fixed Boots'
right,
IT problems.
Yeah. Have we kind of exhausted raids at this point?
I think so.
Probably.
so.
I'm
I
exhausted.
can't wait to see more about
Yeah.
it. Like
I
get some details, but
I
I
want
think
those
that's gonna
details.
be one of those things that are gonna drop after the expansion. Like I don't think we're getting much more information about that, to be honest. Maybe the legendary armor, but I don't even think that's a thing. Like if they're gonna like put it out after Heart of Thorns anyways, they will have to like hype this as well. Oh, like we see with all the living story like arches, they get their own webpage and like, oh, you can get this and this and this, and there's a little trailer. I could see that happening for the raid itself in each wing.
I gotta say, I mean, I didn't get to see the live stream. I only saw the notes, but I was a little disappointed in that all the information that was released, because I remember in the announcement post of that they're gonna start talking about raids at PAX. It said they're going to tell all the information about raids. They're gonna give every little detail, and
Yeah. Well,
I feel
most
like
of
they
the
could give a little more detail.
most of the good stuff was in the website afterwards.
There was a PC Gamer article too.
Oh
It's
yeah.
pretty good.
It's just
Yeah.
That came
Oh, no,
out this
not the
morning, I
leak,
think.
Excuse me.
No, the IG
PC
like
gamer. Yeah.
I think a lot of people weren't excited as much excited, obviously because of the IG and stuff, and
it stole their
because
thunder, obviously.
they had that sponsored tweet that someone dug up and linked to Dolphy, and then Dolphy posted on Reddit, and yeah,
Yeah, that was lame.
Happens. Sad.
Yeah.
I will not read IGN again then.
I just want to make it clear to the people who are watching that we are excited for raids. At
Yes.
least I certainly am.
Super.
Yeah.
I am the most
I'm
very much
super
so.
excited about raids.
We're just trying to kind of pinpoint maybe some of the possible pitfalls that we obviously we don't know we don't know the answer just yet to everything, but
But no, nothing
Nonetheless, they are
about
gonna
what they.
be amazing.
I was just gonna say nothing about what they said about raids at all. Is everything I saw sounds good. So
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's exactly what I was hoping for raids so far. Looking forward to it.
I am hyped.
Oh yeah.
So you want to talk Daredevil?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go quickly grab some more
nobody
water,
likes
and
thieves
then we can talk
anyway,
about that.
so
Aww.
just play Ellie.
Yeah.
That's
Get
what.
good.
I'm kidding.
bad
I
team, right?
actually I need to learn how to play Thief because Daredevil looks freaking amazing.
Thieves pretty easy.
Staff hype. I don't even know how useful that's going to be in the context.
I'm gonna
of-
use it anyways. I
care.
don't
It's
give a
great.
shit. It looks fun as hell.
It does look fun
Pocket
as hell.
sand
Run
It's
staff,
pockets.
staff.
in your face.
God, I love King of the Hill.
Yeah.
It's the way. I mean, the elite specialization is the way I currently play my thief. Only it'll just give me way more things to do. So I'm totally didn't be doing that. I made that build. It's like a novelty build. It's not good. It's just fun to just roll around everywhere. And now if you're rolling around and doing stuff, actually, that sounds great. I'm gonna do that. The dash is the best thing though.
Boop.
Oh,
Welcome
He
hello.
back.
came back quickly.
Daredevil does not suck. Take it back.
No, Daredevil is amazing. How dare you?
Fatty.
Well, let's be real here. Are we talking about the Ben Affleck one? Because that one sucks.
Oh, that
That
was
one did
horrible.
suck. Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. The new TV show's not so bad. I like that.
I like
Yeah,
it.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Big fan.
What do you think of the name Daredevil for this elite
I think it's
specialization?
terrible.
Really?
At the same
Like, where I
time,
really don't care about any of the names.
I think
Like
it's
ever
like
since Dragon Hunter, it just went like.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
a
Yeah.
name at this point. I'm not gonna identify like they said initially that people would identify as a dragon hunter. I'm just gonna be I'm a fucking thief with the Daredevil traits. And like
it's like the
Oh.
iPad thing when Apple was like introducing the iPad and everyone made fun of that name for like 2 weeks and then now everybody has a fucking iPad and no one cares.
no one likes the name anyways. So.
No one cares about it. It's just like and
Yeah.
Corsair changed their gaming logo and it was horrible and people stopped caring after like 3 days.
To be fair,
And, like,
They can call the elite specializations whatever
Yeah,
they want.
they could call it, like,
as
as
long
they
as
want.
I'm just saying though,
Because-
the Corsair logo is way worse now than it was.
It's
I'm just,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's way worse. Come on, let's be serious here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play condition damage Daredevil though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play power. Condition damage looks so good.
No, of
You need
course.
that
get the
legendary
Caltrops
armor and you
and
can
the
just
thing-
easily switch.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that if the legendary armor is bad though. That's the
I
thing.
just want to dodge everywhere and kill people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the point of it too, because the dodging extends the duration of a fight. So condition damage just plays so well into it, because you put on your conditions and you just avoid them for the entire fight, and they just whittle away slowly. It's very nice.
Yeah.
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 But if it wasn't Daredevil, what would you call it?
Thief.
Pocket sand.
I don't know.
Pocket
Oh.
knife.
Like
Staff guy.
Rolly.
I don't
I don't know.
really
Roly poly. I don't know.
Acrobatic. Acrobat.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Yeah.
Basically.
Way worse than Daredevil.
Acrobat
So see, it could be
leader.
worse.
Adobe update.
Flash.
Creative
I don't know
Cloud.
Flash.
Yeah. Creative Cloud is. Don't even get me started on that.
It
It's
sucks.
so bad.
But no, we must not
It's
digress
Saboteur.
anymore. We must
Must
not
not
digress.
start on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sabot-
Okay.
It's
Oh, Saboteur.
It's sort of interesting. Like Saboteur could totally be a different spec, but sort of. Donatello, yeah.
We should have a contest, design a pirate, and get everyone to participate in it.
And design a pirate.
Yeah, design a Daredevil.
Okay, yeah. Okay, right. First, no wait. The best
going over
pirate.
Teapot's
Okay,
head. He
yeah,
doesn't,
right. I have gem
control.
codes. I have gem codes. The best
What?
one.
Where did
get-
this come from?
The well, I
Are
just
you
have
making?
them.
Are you going on the joke?
No, I'm not. I'm not going on the joke.
No, Teapot
if
has
You
no.
just
He's dead
have
serious.
codes.
the person who draws the best
Oh.
Daredevil themed pirate wins 800
in
gems.
ASCII.
Puddin' Potatoes just did this. That's why I was making a joke.
I know.
Daredevil themed pirate in ASCII.
You said you
chat.
didn't know.
What?
In ASCII in the chat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the chat, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's a good twist.
Brazil's getting to work.
I'm gonna get right on this. Let's see.
Oh gosh.
Teapot, do you have access to the pictures of the skills and stuff like that?
Yeah. What one do you want to look at? The staff ones? Or the
I don't know, I
utilities?
guess I'll start with that.
Okay.
I kind of just like the trades.
Here you go.
But yeah, we can
I got really super excited about the block, the utility block. That was
utility.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a 1 second block
Oh, yeah.
that like punches back.
There is my Daredevil.
Oh, so
That's pretty good.
Give me my gems.
You're not allowed to win. Did Wooden Potatoes just do this though? How did I miss this?
Yes.
How did I
know?
How did?
Why did you come up with pirate?
I don't know.
That was
No, that was Brazil, but
That was
Teapot.
Brazil, yeah.
Yeah.
because I said pirate.
Just because you said pirate. Okay.
Pirate Daredevils. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to Twitter. I guess I don't know what's going on. Oh my god. That is
There's
not.
some
That doesn't
things on
count.
this-
But yeah.
That is not a Daredevil.
Let's just talk. Let's talk about these staff skills. Otherwise, we'll be
Oh,
here
gosh.
until we all pass out from tiredness. What is that?
I don't
Oh
know.
my god. Is that the Mona Lisa?
You guys, this one's gonna be really scary. You guys better watch out.
So staff auto attack.
Ah!
Yeah, the staff auto attack. It's pretty good, I guess. You hit things and then put vulnerability on them, and you stun
It's like-
people when you come out of stealth. So
The
that's
damage seemed okay too.
yeah, it's okay.
there's one thing that annoys me with it, but I see the limitation of it. It was just the animation. It bothered me more than it necessarily should.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
the same as the Revenant.
All right, so we have
Yeah.
your
It wasn't
first
exactly
item,
the
which
same.
is-
It was basically the same.
Very similar.
Yeah, it was. I didn't
Like
like
it
the
was
animation
slap,
either.
Go
slap,
on into that.
spin it.
All right, so
Yeah.
That's what I do too.
It should be slap, spin it, slap. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You also get hook strike if you're stealth,
Yes.
which is really nice. It's a knockdown.
Yeah.
2-second knockdown.
It's an interesting one. But that's
What
kind
do
of
you
the
combo that
theme.
with?
It's the theme of you knock them down and then you use basilisk venom. Ah.
And then you
Smart.
headshot them.
Yeah, and just keep them dazed for as long as possible.
Gedrecht.
What?
And then a weakening charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is a
Weakening
pretty.
foes.
This is a good one. I like
I'll
this
be
one a lot.
honest. Oh, okay. You like it a lot.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the only one I remotely even care about is Vault. I have no interest in any of the others.
There's a lot.
Vault is pretty good.
It's pretty interesting though, how many whirl finishes this has though. Don't you think?
Condition cleanses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the dodge roll, the Conti dodge roll is a world finisher, I think.
It's all about those whirls.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you have so blinding bolts if you use your smoke fields. Darkness is that darkness fields is blinding bolts.
Yeah.
Smoke
but
fields would also be blinding bolts, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. All right. That's all right. You don't have access to much else as a thief, though, do you?
Then blind?
Than a smoke field or a darkness field.
Not really, no.
Okay. So whirl in other people's
Exactly.
combo fields.
You are the friend of many, the friend of people with combo fields.
There's the there's not much to the staff like that just screams super excitement except for the vault. Like it definitely seems to have a lot of power, and like running staff with 2 sigils of stamina. Yeah, that's
Oh.
GG.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
endurance all the time.
Just
Just
constantly
dodge,
dodging.
dodge,
All
With
over the
adventure and
switch weapons, dodge, 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 switch weapons.
I sense a
staff,
bad
staff.
build on the horizon.
I already made that bad
Permanent
build. It's
dodging.
literally the build
Yeah,
I
it's
made.
But no, it's
gonna
better.
get even better now. Now
Yeah,
it's a
that's it.
good bad build.
That's it. I've been trying to, over the last little while, update all of them. And then this, I actually had to wait for this to come out because I saw a little thing and I knew this was going to happen. And so I got to update it for this, though. Is Guild Wars 2skills.net updated for Thief Specialization Elite?
I don't know.
No.
Okay. Anyway, never mind. Vault's good. Weakening charge, I think, is pretty nice though.
Yeah, it's a good amount of weakness, and it's on lots of people as well, and it does good damage. It's pretty okay.
Pretty high damage. Yeah, it's nearly as much damage as Vault with the 3 hits, and it's only 3 initiative.
3 squares or 3 diamonds.
And it's half the casting time of Vault.
What about the
The casting time for Vault was actually really long.
Yeah,
Like,
but it covers distance.
It's true. But like it could still go faster.
Yeah.
Something we'll have to test and give feedback on.
Yeah.
Yeah, very angry, mean-spirited feedback.
The exact opposite of what Brazil said.
Yeah. Everyone be nice. Be nice. We have an atmosphere of friendliness on this stream.
It's not just about being nice, but it's about being,
Polite, even when criticizing.
Showing respect for the work that devs put in.
Just giving proper criticism.
Yeah.
You know, if you work in any kind of QA field, it's all about giving critical feedback. It's not about saying, "Dear Tylenol, your headache pill sucks." Like, that doesn't help them at all, right? You get fired from your job.
I buy your Colgate toothpaste.
If that's the kind of feedback you gave as someone who works in pharmaceuticals and QA, which I did for years, you wouldn't have a job for very long.
Dyson, your vacuums suck.
Yeah. Well played.
I'm curious now. Was it pharmaceutical QA? Like, do you test the pills? Like, just
Yeah, there was a number of tests you did on the
Like
pills.
eat it?
Not take the pills.
okay.
That's human trial testing.
Yeah, that's you
QA.
use that for the plebes.
You lick the pills.
Moving on to the next skill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Debilitating arc. It removes immobilize, which is very handy. It's also another tiny little evade as well. Very useful. And cripples people. Crippling people is always good. It's just nothing makes me smile like crippling
I'm glad
people.
it's sort of like the staff is sort of versatile in that way. But yeah, it's a niche skill. It's all right.
It helps with your evades. I mean, it evades itself, but I mean, it helps with the rest of your evades because it removes immobilization. So, because you want to dodge roll a crazy ton as your thief, and I think the only trait you get doesn't remove immobilize. It removes chill and cripple. So if you have your staff, you could always just press 4 whenever you want to remove immobilize and be able to dodge again. So that's nice.
I don't know. It's still 4 initiative. It's
Yeah, it is a lot, but thief skills are unique in the way that you don't have to wait for their cooldown, so it's just always open to you, basically.
That is true.
You can cover a lot of distance if you waste all your initiative on it.
Yeah.
That's what I intend to do.
Yeah. It's kind of okay. What about Dust Strike, though? You blind people. I mean...
Throw some sand.
Fucking sand. I love it. What can I say? It's obviously, I think it could use some improvement, maybe.
Is there a broom skin?
I'm glad it's...
Is there a broom skin for the first star?
No, unfortunately. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I'm really
so
glad
good.
there is a blind on the staff, though. And not just... Like, to have that left out, because it's as long as you're in close combat and you're a thief, you're heavily relying on your blinds at all costs, like especially in PvE. So without that blindness on staff, you're really in trouble, because you're always gonna have to bring like any other smoke field or
Yeah, no, it's great in that way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, for skins, I was hoping they're gonna come out with a double-bladed sword skin for a staff now. For Revenant and Thief, that'd be great.
Yeah. Final Rest is the
There's
best
not a single staff skin in the game that I actually want to like touch my thief hands.
Bifrost.
But it's just not. It's not enough. It doesn't look like
Bifrost.
Or my French.
Well, maybe the new staff legendary is gonna be a double-bladed sword skin.
Actually,
maybe it'll be that Raven thing.
The little the weapons that dropped just from Verdant Brink from the monsters, like the special skin. You guys have seen it, right? The makeshift whatever. The staff there actually looks really gorish, and I really like that.
Let's
It's
let's
one of those
hypothesize for a moment. How many new legendary weapons do we know we're getting?
three.
3.
Yeah.
3. How many weapons are being used in other ways than they were previously, like staff?
Staff.
Okay.
Shield.
Shield, maybe.
Shield is still
Warhorn?
being used as the
Still
same
kind of
way.
like a
Still kind of like a shield.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hammer.
Isn't
Hammer.
is
Hammer's
Yeah.
ranged.
Oh yeah, that's true.
okay.
Like, how can you make a ranged hammer more like a ranged hammer?
Make it a gun.
Like a gun, and then on the end of the gun is a hammer head stuffed into the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would be
It'll be
brilliant.
like a mace with a pistol
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we
What
go.
always
There we
wanted.
go.
What
We're
we
back to
always
that.
wanted.
Perfect. Just how we always want it.
I want to get Horrocks Cannon as a hammer skin. How fucking
Yeah, that
cool
would be
that
good actually. Yeah.
That would be so good.
It's a
But
rifle.
that would be really weird because when you would be swinging it, it would send out these, like the animation of it. The Revenant wouldn't just put it over his shoulder as Horik does.
No, he would hold it in his hand like this, like a big thing.
Unleash the
And
cannon.
then you would
like,
swing it
you
around and it would shoot
swing
a
the thing and-
cannonball at the end.
But okay, so that's the end that it's pointing because
Yeah.
Horik, like
I know how Horik holds
he
it.
aims with the
Yeah.
blunt end, so to speak. And yeah, no projectiles from that end. Anyways.
That would be amazing. That should be the next legendary. It should be a gun hammer.
Gun.
And then they should
Yeah,
just
we
make
can't
one
have a
for the
gun mace
boots.
anymore.
It's terrible. I know
What if
that.
they're making 3 different staff skins? 3 different legendary staffs. Or like 2 that combine into one super...
I would say that's stupid. That's a terrible idea. But then
Who would do that to any legendary?
I realized they already did that.
They said that the first ones they would be working on were like the funny skins. So
Yeah, to replace the crappy ones nobody wants.
Mm.
right. So Moot, Quip, and the Dreamer are
Probably.
So it's probably short bow, pistol, and mace, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Those are probably the first 3. That doesn't mean that other weapons aren't going to get remade as we go along in Heart of Thorns with Living World and feature packs and all that kind of stuff. But at launch, there'll be 3.
Yeah, that's what I specifically asked Colin back at PAX East. I asked, so are you going to use legendaries to replace the crappy ones that nobody wants? And he said, maybe. And
It's on the table.
So underwater legendaries are coming.
Yeah, exactly. No, but those
I
are
know.
awesome
Yeah.
legendaries. They're
Yeah,
really,
they're really good.
Underwater ones are really
Yeah,
good.
Kraken and the what's the
So
shark one
fantastic.
called?
Kamalo Kohali.
Yeah.
And for the record, I have Quip.
Yeah,
But,
and you're
oh,
stupid
I-
for having it, Inks.
Yeah.
Listen,
what's-
it makes
What are you
funny
trying
noises,
to tell us?
It's the
and it
most
annoys people
annoying
like
gun-
Brazil. And
Are you
that's why I
trying to
had
are you
it.
trying to flaunt your incompetence at
So
all
I
of
can,
us?
so I can run around it and make little pop gun noises, so they have to turn their sound off.
Yeah, I do that with the Predator. I just shoot.
That's actually pretty smart tactics right there, because in PvP you put it on and they actually have to spend the extra second turning off their sound. In that time, you
Ah.
probably kill them.
You have the quip going.
You're very
That's a
good.
perfect imitation.
That's a really good impression.
It's really
Wow.
good.
That is excellent.
I ate a party favor when I was a little kid, and so that was actually like how I was talking, like I was squeaking, and then I learned how to make that sound as a result of it. So that's a little bit of backstory there.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention this. Way back when we were talking to them, talking to Colin, what he said, what he was thinking maybe is a thing, because you know how the forum sucks. The official forum is no good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying they were toying with the idea of doing it a little Reddit-like and being able to upvote and downvote
Oh
comments so
God,
that
no. No,
That is the
why?
worst idea. No.
That's so
Why
bad.
not?
That's such a
What's
bad
so
idea.
bad about that?
That's
Great
so
idea.
bad. No,
To Reddit.
don't
What's
do
so
that.
bad about that?
You don't want to imitate Reddit.
It would not be good.
No, not to imitate Reddit, but just the fact that make comments that are more popular more visible.
They have to only have a like button. They can't have
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
dislike.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
No dislike button.
No
only like.
downvote because, God,
Yeah,
everything would be downvoted.
exactly. So yeah, no downvote, only like votes. But yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, that does
Because
make sense.
right now you have to scroll through pages and pages of stuff, and you don't know what to look for that's any kind of smart or good.
It's true, true.
Yeah.
It would help, yeah.
So we have one more staff weapon.
Yeah.
One more skill left.
And it's
All
Volt.
right, fine.
All
Weeks wants to get through this.
Volt.
oh,
This guy, Moinks, is on point. Okay, he's
Sometimes.
saving us all because otherwise
He's
we're
on
just gonna
point.
die of old age.
I'm getting points. What?
Yeah.
I won?
You
I
won?
won Teapot's gems?
Give him
The pirate thing?
start the raffle in chat, which doesn't even exist.
Don't start the raffle. Oh my gosh.
Yes, Volt. Leap at something and
nice
damage
damage.
people.
Super
Cool.
flamboyant
Yeah.
cast.
Looks amazing. Yeah.
It looks cool.
Interruptible. 1 second cast time.
Yeah, that's like you see that thief flying so slowly. You're like, oh,
Can't wait. Can't
Not
wait
out
for
of
that to
the
get interrupted and watch the thief
Distracting
fly
shot.
across the room,
That'd be
flop
cool.
to the ground like a dead fish.
We have
Amazing.
some real sharks in chat. Cleve with his face.
Please, boys.
I'm looking forward to like montage highlight clip that's in slow motion. A thief like vaulting onto a guardian and then the guardian just banishes it.
With the hammer.
And knocks
Yeah.
it away with his Horrocks cannon hammer skin.
Do you think it would be really good if you became a projectile so you could be reflected off?
That would be pretty nasty.
It would be stupid, but it would be amazing.
It'd be great if that happened, but I don't think it ever will. Actually, I take that back. I think it will happen at some point. I really actually think that will happen.
several iterations of that idea. Yeah.
Utilities.
Yes.
Utilities next? All right.
Yeah, physicals.
Do it.
That's yeah. I guess that was pretty expected actually.
Let's get physical.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, what else could they have had? Mantras or meditations? With the staff, maybe.
You could have had rage
Potentially.
skills.
I'm quite glad with these physical skills. They're adding something interesting. I definitely think
I like
the heal skill not so much. It's
Yeah, it sucks. Withdraw is better.
Yeah, but Thief already had good heal skills though, so
Yeah.
it was always going to be difficult to have this thing compete with them, right?
I love how and like it encourages you to have full endurance and use it, which gives more healing. But like once you're in Daredevil, you want to be dodging all the time.
But
So,
do
like-
you think that... Wait, so the heal is at the end, right? After the third pulse?
I think it's just 3
You
pulses.
Yeah, it's just
regenerate
3 pulse.
endurance
Yeah.
while you're doing it too.
Well, what I'm saying is... It says heal if endurance is full, blah, healing, blah. And it's 3 pulses of endurance gain. Do you heal when the last endurance is gained, or do you heal at
You
the
heal
beginning?
like you
Right
channel it. Like you
Yeah.
channel the healing.
Yeah.
Oh, so wait,
It's like healing breeze on Guardian.
Yes.
so you get a small amount of health every time it pulses?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid.
It's not a 1/4 of a second cast time. Oh god, that yeah. Okay.
It's too long as well. It's not fast and it's annoying.
It needs to be like mastery
If what?
meditation or whatever it's called.
You become really tough as well. Really hard
Yeah.
to kill.
Yeah, you get like you go invisible while you do it or something.
That's,
Well, I guess that's hide and shadows already.
that's League of
Yeah, but,
Legends reference,
like-
by the way.
Yeah.
Hide and Shadows could easily, or like this channeled vigor as it's called, could easily just be like the 1/4 of a second stealth and
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily the hide and shadows. That might
And you
make
could
it
you
more
could
interesting,
cancel
but
the channel
as it is-
earlier for a hook strike too.
Yeah.
Mm.
You dodge.
Mm.
But
That's a
like
good
currently,
point.
it's just meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 20-second cooldown though. That's pretty low, except not as low as some of the other skills. Yeah, it's not that great.
No.
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 It's not. It's really not. But what
Yeah.
about... What about...
Bandit's defense.
Yeah, what about that?
Super excited.
Mm. Block
I like
things.
that one. I'm really, really hyped about getting a dedicated block for the thief.
And it
not
breaks
just
stun.
evades and you retaliate and knock enemies down.
That's great.
Mm.
That's fantastic.
If you time it... Well, if-
Cooldown on it is very low as well, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Nah, they actually said on stream that they're pumping it up to 15. I remember this because like if it's 10 seconds, you can just easily. That's a GG my trend there, right? But with a 15-second cooldown, it's compatible with like the warrior. And,
But you don't even need blocks on my trend for thief.
No, not necessarily. But
You
this
just
gives
displace yourself.
another. Yeah, true. But still, this is another way of doing it. That's
Yeah.
that was really curious to me.
Not gonna lie. Stunbreaker, 10-second cooldown, block, and and a knockdown. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's very powerful.
Liking it.
Yeah. It's good that has...
Distracting daggers.
Impairing daggers.
Wait, which one?
Right.
Oh yeah, that too.
All
Which one do you want to do first? Well, distracting daggers I have here first, but we can do impairing.
Oh,
There you go.
well,
I think I don't know which comes first actually. Either way,
Yeah, they're all in a...
yeah. You just whip out some daggers and then interrupt people when you
Fling them.
throw them at them. It's kind of like a headshot sort of, but also if you interrupt, you get the enemy has a 10-second cooldown increase. Ah,
And
I'm
Yeah.
really liking this.
interesting mechanic.
Yeah, it can easily promote using something else in PvE than the sword. If the staff is actually going to be interesting enough, you can use distracting daggers to manage the defiance. If it's I don't
than
know how it's going to be
sword.
with the defiance stuff, huh?
Other than, what do you mean other than sword?
Like you can just drop the sword if you have the distracting daggers. If the cooldown is good enough, you'll still have enough interrupts to deal with the
But why do you need sword for that? I'm just actually wondering.
pistol whip.
Offhand pistol and dagger main hand? Headshot, basilisk venom, and then steel?
That's also a way.
You're wrong.
Why would you
Joey.
bring basilisk? Why would you bring basilisk venom though?
I wouldn't. Why
Okay, I don't actually use any elite ever,
Yeah.
but like yeah,
Pistol whip is slow defiant removal. You get an evade, but
still.
dagger.
I find it quite reliable on some like Mossmen especially.
Yeah, you can stay alive easier.
Yeah, and stay close and actually pump out some damage. I don't know.
I wonder
I
how
like it.
much, as when it comes to something like the break bar, I wonder how much the break bar these are going to remove.
Yeah.
Because they seem pretty fast. The daggers seem to move pretty quickly. So that'll be interesting.
It will probably be the minimum amount though, because it's a very short little CC thingy.
Unless you interrupt, and then it's the whole break bar.
No. Well, maybe in some circumstances on a tiny little break bar.
Except you wouldn't interrupt if they have a break bar. So never mind.
That's a good point actually. Unless it's the final hit.
Impairing... Yeah, unless it's the final hit. Impairing daggers, though?
Ah. This is the
curious.
this is- yeah, this is the Condi hype. The Condi hype, yo.
Looks pretty good.
Fling things, immobilize them, poison them, and slow them. Yeah, we haven't really seen that much slow, I guess, and especially in other professions.
So, like,
but now we have some. Ah.
each dagger does either poison or slow or immobilize, and if you hit with all three, it does all three.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Okay.
correct.
I don't know what the order is though.
The
If it's
odor?
poison, slow, and immobilized. The order.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I think
don't know
it's
what the order is,
I think it's poison, slow, and then immobilize.
probably.
I don't remember though.
I wish it was immobilized first, because then it'd be easier to hit with the other two.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's the counterplay is that players are probably going to be hit by 1 to 2 of these, but in structured PvP, probably not going to get hit by all 3 unless they're, just standing there taking the hit from you, I guess. But if it immobilized you first, then they would just take all 3 hits, and then the counterplay is you got to break the immobilize right away. This adds a little bit more leniency against the skill, I guess.
They are in
I
pretty
think we
quick
have a winner.
succession, though.
They are
Teapot, I
fast,
think
yeah.
we have a winner in the chat.
Yeah.
Alchemist 23.
Oh, that is
Wait,
pretty
what?
funny.
Oh
actually.
god.
That is pretty
That's the
funny.
Dread Pat Roberts.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, by the way.
It's a fantastic.
Everyone should see it.
Mm-hmm. Princess Bride. Don't let the name fool you.
We've had F2. But yeah, this is a very strong skill because as is happening on the video, you immobilize them, then you vault onto them and kill them instantly. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it's a decent amount of damage too, even
Yeah.
without the conditions. 1300 damage.
Hybrid thief confirmed.
Yeah.
Or just Sinister, the extra
Oh, yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Not necessarily hybrid, but it's appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about Fist Flurry?
Oh.
And Palm Strike.
Palm Strike sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, strike them multiple times, and then you get a second thingy, and you punch him again, and it's like the end scene of Kill Bill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
In fact, it must be a reference to that because it's 5 attacks as well. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay. Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh god damn
It
it.
is.
Yeah.
Carl was talking
well,
about something like that, yeah.
and all different types of all variants of that style of thing.
Except it's a pulmonary impact
Yeah.
at the end instead of like a heart explosion.
Exactly.
So it's their lungs instead of their heart.
I think it's interesting that it doesn't crit. That's probably like my favorite and least favorite thing about it. I think the damage should be increased since
Yeah?
it doesn't crit. Yeah.
2000 is not enough?
No. I think it should be like 5.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
5 irrevocable damage?
Yep.
How? Why? Tell me.
Because if it was going to crit, it would do like more than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then why would you want it to do that?
Exactly. Just play PvT. Or clerics. That's even better.
Alright.
Okay.
I think the damage might need to be looked at.
Yeah, I think it's a
I don't know
little
about
too low.
5,000, but
That's too much. I think it's a little bit too low. I think it should do a little more.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
5,000 unavoidable damage.
No, well, I mean that's
I mean, yeah,
I
I
think
mean, Brazil's
I
kind of
think
right.
the damage
though.
needs
I
to
mean,
be increased a little bit because it can't crit.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we'll have to see what it looks like when you're playing against other players.
We'll have to see.
Imagine how scary that would be, though. Like, Brazil, let's say it was 5,000 damage or like 6,000 damage, but the delayed time was more. Instead of 2 seconds, it was like 5 seconds. And then you realize you have it on you, and you're like at 4,000 health, and you're like, oh
Exactly.
shit, what do I do? I only have 3 seconds
No,
to
it's
live.
perfect because you can rally off of people. You can put it on them, let them kill you,
Kill
and like
you.
you kill them, and then they die and you rally. It's beautiful. And then you get up and then you do your elite finish on top of them anyways.
I love the idea of that. It's like having a time bomb strapped to your back or your chest without you being able to remove it. You know that you have to prepare for it in some way, that damage that's coming.
Can you block the damage? No, eh? It's just
I don't. You might be able to invulnerable it or something.
probably. Still, that's an interesting play. I like that.
I like it as well.
But all of the 5 hits have to hit, I think.
For this,
For the
Yeah,
The
final
next
area.
one
So,
too, yeah.
There has to be quite a lot of there's a lot of investment.
there's another way to
in
put Palm
ticketing.
Strike on, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
in a little
this is
bit.
Yeah,
trade.
it's a trade that does it, but
So
Yeah.
impairing daggers into launch into Fist Flurry, then Palm Strike.
but that's quite a difficult. That's the thing, though. It's a very difficult thing to execute, and that kind of relies on them not breaking out of stuff or just walking away.
Playing.
Yeah. So I think Fist Flurry could be stronger because of how much it requires to get the most out of the skill. In fact, it probably does need a tune-up. You're all right. Well done, guys.
In PvE, obviously, like, you know, the end, you're gonna get the palm strike off all the time because it's very different. But
How flashy is it?
How flashy is? Yeah, not
It
really.
looks
looks
blurry.
It looks.
It looked
I think it
really
looks
subtle.
cool.
Is it subtle though? Like, is it,
It-
how
it looked
compared
quite
to
subtle.
100 blades or not 100
It-
blades?
it-
Oh,
Yeah,
it's nothing on 100
It's
blades.
nowhere near as
It's, it's only the hands that are moving. Like,
Yeah.
It's
okay. So then,
basically
yeah,
nothing.
that's good. I like that. It's better for a thief that way because then you could maybe pull it off more often than 100 blades.
Hmm. All right.
It's good.
What about this? What about this last thing though?
Impact strike?
Impact strike. Ah, yeah. This is a very good skill. I think this is probably, I don't know. This has got to be one of the best skills in the game.
It's groundbreaking. It's
Yeah, this is insane.
completely new.
I think this is completely ridiculous.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I already see thieves in PvP making ridiculous plays with their shadow stepping and being able to finish people really in interesting ways and being able to get across the map in a ridiculously small amount of time because they have this special shadow stepping technique. With something like this, I could see fighting against a skilled thief being impossible not to get finished within a half a second of being downed.
Yeah.
And also,
So-
if you get the killing blow, it instantly kills them as well. So if you put them in down state with this, they instantly
Oh.
die, as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not
Yeah.
know that.
That's pretty
Get
good.
it, everyone else. Yes.
Yes.
I like
The only thing I don't, unless somebody can correct me, the only thing we don't know for sure is it going to use the finisher you have equipped? I would assume it does, but
I don't
know
think
that
it
if
does.
it's been confirmed.
It didn't on the stream. It didn't.
I don't think it did on the stream.
It's switched, but that would be interesting though. Yeah.
It's a bit of a
And
shame that it
someone-
doesn't.
Someone says no, it doesn't. I think to the
Really?
finishing blow. Yeah.
Currently, what we saw on the stream, it doesn't, but it's not
Instant-
concrete, I guess.
I thought it was said somewhere else that it does. I'm not.
Oh, the
I
killing thing.
Yeah.
The killing thing.
I
It's
thought we were
not.
talking about the finisher.
No. It's not saving you from a lethal blow. It's like if you have 1 HP and then the second hit from the finish hits you and you go into down state and then the third hit hits you.
Right.
Like you're getting off that third one, then it would, I think, finish you.
Get wrecked.
Since the third one is the finisher and you went into down state.
Oh no, it
still
does. It
was
does.
champion.
Everybody's saying they are finished. If they're not downed. Wait.
What
If
is
it
it?
when finishing blow downs them, yeah. If they're not down, if they're completely healthy and they have 1,000 health left, finishing blow hits them.
Yeah.
They're dead, completely finished.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mm.
I like it.
Yes, I like the skill a lot. It's only got 40 seconds cooldown as well. You can constantly wreck scrubs with this.
But you can't do, say, impact strike, uppercut, then other stuff, and then finishing blow, can you?
No.
No.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see how people work that. Okay.
At least I don't think so. I'm pretty
Very
sure.
much looking forward to seeing these on the next beta.
Yeah.
Do you
like
think
Next
that-
weekend.
Do you think a thief could, like, be attacking one enemy, and then meanwhile his team is attacking another enemy, get them down to, like, 1,000 health, and then the thief, in the middle of his attacks on one enemy, impact strike, uppercut, teleports over the other guy and hits them with the finishing blow?
I don't know because I think the last skill is going to be targeted, like the finishing blow is going to be targeted at the guy that you were already hitting.
Okay.
Even
yeah, probably.
if you mouse over the other one, select him and steal from him immediately, I think it's still gonna affect the other one, but
You're probably
you're gonna
right.
be out of range now.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Still, I love this skill. It's pretty
Yes. Very excited to see this in action, and try and kill people with it, and then get wrecked because I'll just try and hit people and then die. But that will be unfortunate.
cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing high level play with it though.
Yeah, me too.
Ah.
So
To
traits?
see- Yeah, traits.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, traits don't take very
Oh.
long.
We cannot do traits.
Traits do not
You could
take very
just-
long. Especially seeing as, look, this one's free. Come on, Brazil, get motivated. This one is for free, because it's just the endurance thing. You get maximum endurance and you can use a staff. How very convenient. Loads of dodges.
Perfect.
Ah!
Awesome. Next trait.
So crazy.
Yeah. I think 3 dodges
Oh
is
my
really
gosh.
good. Driven fortitude, gain health when you evade an attack, which is pretty nice. I mean, if you use one of your evades and then a ranger uses rapid fire on you, I guess you might get 2 or 3 of these off. Because it's got a 1 second internal cooldown. So you know, heal for, instead of dying, you heal for 1,500 or something. That's pretty good, I guess.
Oh.
No?
It's alright, but I mean, I'd still not take it.
But it's for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where have you been?
Oh yeah, it's the
Yeah, it's the minor one.
I'm sleeping. It's all good. It's all good. GG.
I wouldn't take it over the extra 50 endurance.
No, but that's okay, because you don't have to. You can get 6 to
That
8.
time of night, guys.
Someone
It's not even
calculated.
night. Not for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm the only one that matters because I'm the only one that lives in America.
That's how it works. That's
This
how
is
people
true.
think there.
That is
The land of the privileged.
Yeah.
Land of the free.
Wait, what?
Okay.
He doesn't live, besides, Brazil's lying. He doesn't live in America. He lives in Texas.
Texas is the best country.
Okay, so the next trait.
Endurance thief.
Endurance
you get
thief.
50% endurance when you steal,
No, you
which
only,
is great.
no, it was not 50%. It was just 50.
50, whatever.
There's a
33%.
dodge.
50
get a
is
dodge.
like, yeah, full dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
really
fantastic.
It's really
Because
good. Yeah.
I could definitely see you playing a trickery build along with this. Trickery is the line I would pick with this build.
Yes.
And maybe acrobatics, but who cares really about acrobatics? And yeah, so you get, what is it? With trickery, your cooldown's down to 20 seconds, I think, for steal.
Yep.
And you get a ridiculous amount of stuff every time you steal. Remember that, Teapot?
Yeah. The bad build that wasn't even bad. Just put everything on the steal and just press F1 and win the game. That was
Exactly.
pretty good. That was
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
you get endurance now with it.
Yeah, it's just another thing. Now we can just build the longest tooltip imaginable. You know, when there are more specializations down the line, it will just fill up the whole screen. It will just be a full screen tooltip of steel.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So adept traits.
Yeah. Evasive empowerment. This is an interesting one. After you dodge, so that's using your endurance, your next attack deals 10% more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I wonder what the ICD on that one is, actually.
There is none.
There is none.
There is none. It seems there is none, but
I think there is none. Why do you think like if you wait? It's not
You think you can-
stacking though. I don't.
I don't think it stacks.
no, you got. I remember it showing that you got this buff for like 5 seconds or whatever, and which would give that. And I don't think that's gonna stack, but like hit dodge, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's that great though, because you have a lot of.
But if you're constantly dodging with the staff, stamina,
Yeah.
like dodge, hit.
If it's
dodge,
stacked, if there was a 5 second, if it was a buff that lasted only 5 seconds and it's stacked, that would make this trait interesting. But right now, I don't think the trait's that interesting because it's 10% damage, but only after you dodge an attack. There's plenty of traits out there that give big bonuses to your stats that aren't on the condition of only after dodging an attack. So, I mean, yeah, you'll get 10% extra damage, but maybe that'll be only 5% of the time you're in a fight. So, in
Well,
reality,
does this make your dodge roll charge do more damage?
So
oh,
dodging,
yeah, that
and
would
then the
do.
next dodge with the elite one, that would
Yeah.
be a 10. Yeah, probably.
yeah.
I don't know if
And,
dodge certainly like actually counts as an attack in that
and
regard.
it's after
I don't
dodging,
think
not
it's-
after. Yeah, it's after dodging, not after evading. So that's pretty good. So
Wait. No, that's worse, isn't it?
no, it's good. It's better because you just have to dodge. You don't have to actually have an attack go against
Oh
you.
yeah. Well, but if it was, imagine if it was evading though, because
Yeah, because you
fair.
could... No.
it's
Yeah.
kind of better in some respects then.
Well, if it was after evading, you could...
Oh, you could use your staff, yeah.
You could dodge, vault, dodge, vault, dodge, vault, and then you could steal, withdraw, and then you could vault, and then you could just dodge, and you could keep them up. Because you'd be giving yourself endurance, and you'd be withdrawing and evading and stuff. You could do
Yeah.
some funny stuff with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely see people using it to like increase their backstab.
Yeah.
When they're in stealth, they dodge while in stealth and use it
The
for bigger
power.
bursts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I originally thought that it was after successfully evading, which would have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been much worse. But imagine if it was a stacking buff that every time you
That would be
evade.
great.
Imagine how insane
Yeah.
that would be. Every attack you
Yeah,
evade, you gain 10% damage. So you just evade 10
And
attacks
roll
and deal
versus
double
roll.
damage. Just, oh.
And that's why there's not a trait for that.
Yeah, that would be pretty disgusting.
Well, come on, Inks, you party pooper.
Right. What about
Okay,
this one?
weakening
though?
strikes.
Yeah. Cause weakness to enemies you critically hit. How unimpressive.
Yeah,
You,
it'll be
10
good for
seconds as
Frackles.
well. I mean, why? Why?
Yeah.
It's just...
But, you know, it's a 5-second, half an uptime of weakness. Eh.
Yeah.
Good.
you have
for
your
Frackles.
staff with weakness as well.
Yeah.
It's good if you're I guess it's good if you're doing a sustainy condition build with this dodging because you'll dodge. Sometimes you'll still get hit if you're not able to dodge them, and in this way they'll be fumbled. So less chance of you dying while you're trying to apply conditions on people. I guess it just
Gotcha.
sort of follows in that line. It's not that great though.
No.
Kind of
Anyone have
boring.
anything to say about this? Anything extra before we move on to the next thing?
Brawless tenacity.
Yeah. Gain endurance when you activate a physical and reduces the cooldown on physicals by 20%. It reduces the
Yeah,
Which
cooldown.
physicals?
All
Which
of them.
physicals would you use in a dodge build?
Oh, in a
The
dodge
elite.
build. Yeah, definitely the elite. Just always pick that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Stun break, maybe.
Oh yeah, that doesn't dodge though.
No, it doesn't dodge, but
No, just for the stun break.
Yeah, but just for that, it would be definitely worth it. Reduce 20% on that.
Roll for initiative.
That's not a... Well, I guess that actually should be
Yes,
a...
yes.
Sort of should be a physical, I guess. It kind of is a bit like that.
It's a trick though.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But it would make more sense as a physical, kind of.
I'd
Yeah,
probably put it in a dodge build anyways.
Yeah.
me too.
Because you have more vaults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
This is a-
and then the signet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
seems pretty good.
Yeah, it could be good. For sure. But what about
Master.
Yeah. Master traits. Staff master.
Staff master.
Appropriate. Gain endurance for each initiative point spent. And you deal more damage while your endurance is not full. So it's encouraging you to just constantly spam dodges. Just go crazy. It doesn't actually say how much endurance you get for each initiative point.
I think it's 1 endurance for
One
each initiative
endurance.
point.
I get... Is that any
Yeah.
good?
Wait,
Is that
what?
any
It's not bad. It doesn't say it, but I assume it is. Gain initiative for each...
Yeah.
You gain endurance for each initiative point spent. So, like, you use your Volt, you gain 6 endurance. If you use your Volt 10 times, you have a dodge. Maybe that's too low. But at the same time, you're regenerating. I don't know. It seems like it's pretty high.
Yeah, it could be good. It definitely could be good. This is a very good image. This is an excellent image.
Oh my god.
That is the winner. Definitely.
Wow.
That's
I'm wondering...
It's the same guy, but he definitely wins. It's two...
I've given that actual picture to one person. So I wonder what kind of Illuminati stuff is going on here right now.
What? Why is this Illuminati?
Because I've given that exact screenshot to one person.
Oh,
And it's not the
pirate
person
stuff on
I
it?
gave. Their chat username is not the person I gave it to.
It's a synonym.
Is it?
Dun dun dun.
Someone has it.
I don't know, unless he just happened to
I like
screenshot
cinnamon.
the exact same thing that I did.
It's possible.
That's literally the same screenshot I have on my computer right now.
Dun dun dun.
Ah, that's pretty
I
disturbing.
mean, the stream
guess.
is up on your channel.
I mean,
So.
I have it. No, I have it on Imager right here. I'm gonna fucking link.
Yeah, let's get some the
Let's-
Illuminatis in the
here,
chat. This is
I'm
some
posting it
Illuminati
in-
shit, guys.
I gave that picture to Nemesis so he could use it in a video.
Oh my.
That's the
Oh my
exact
God.
same thing. I gave it to Nemesis like
What the hell?
Hidden
it's
Nemesis.
the same picture.
Yeah, it really is.
What the heck?
Alchemist 23. Nemesis.
Dun dun dun.
Chat spam Illuminati. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good trade actually. You can get a free dodge
like
here
it.
and there, and synergize with all of the amazing grandmasters that we're gonna get to
Damage.
eventually.
And damage increase on staff, which I like.
On Volt, so your Volts will do even more damage.
You'll do 100%
Yeah.
more damage.
100% more damage, yes.
What's
but
what's
how-
the next one? What is
Hmm.
Staff Master competing with?
Escapist
Absolution.
Remove a condition whenever you evade an attack. So
That is
this,
super powerful.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
So if you, I don't know, say if you were using the pistol whip thing, and then someone fires loads of stuff at you, all your conditions are gone. Well, only one a second, but still, lots of them will be gone. This is good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's really good.
Well, Deroir looks like he's gonna disagree.
I still like. No, it's good. It is. I still like the next one even better though.
Oh.
Which is
Should we talk about that one?
Impacting disruption.
Ah, yeah, this one.
That's
Enemies
the-
that you
that's the
interrupt
one.
suffer a pulmonary impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And as we talked about before with the pulmonary impacts,
Needs to do
It's gonna be buffed to
5,000
5,000 damage.
It's
Well,
5,000 damage.
even
Unblockable.
without its
Yeah,
5,000 damage buff.
5,000 unblockable damage on interrupt. That'd be pretty good.
If you took this trait with that utility skill, would it put 2 pulmonary impacts, or would it be only 1 still?
Probably just one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's no internal cooldown yet, anyway. So doesn't that one cost 3 interrupts?
But the question is, doesn't pulmonary
Can you
impact
have
stack?
2 on at the same time?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like
yeah, I don't know.
two impales on warrior.
We must test this.
You can't. I don't think you can have double impale on anything.
I don't think you can either.
Oh.
Well, could you if there's 2 warriors though?
No.
Yeah, because it's just a buff thingy, isn't it? A special icon that appears.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think it stacks.
It's interesting, but you would definitely take this with that other utility skill, the one with the daggers that interrupt.
Hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you time them. So
Then you time them.
yeah,
Use them when you
get
need to,
you get
instead of
3
when
of
you-
these out.
No, it's not exactly like a kit or a mantra. You only have it available for you. Like you channel it and you have it for 15 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's good enough though, because
Oh, yeah, you can
this
still-
triggers in 2 seconds, right? It goes off in 2
Yes.
seconds?
Yeah.
The pulmonary impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
So you only need kind of say 8 seconds to effectively use them, I guess. I mean, I'm
True.
not. In theory, it's 6 seconds, but no one's going to have that perfect timing. So,
Mhm.
so maybe a 10-second window being a little bit more reasonable.
And if it doesn't stack, you're looking at every 2 seconds putting on pulmonary impact with like offhand pistol or something like that. What
Yeah.
chat is saying.
Yeah,
That would
Pistol
not be.
offhand.
be very strong.
Maybe.
Sounds
Could
like
be
fun.
strong. Could be.
Yeah,
Could be
but,
interesting.
but wait, headshot, and then they get damage to the lungs. My immersion is broken.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any
Well,
sense. I can't
the
do
brain
that.
controls the rest of the body, Teapot.
Very wise. Very wise.
Yeah. Science.
What is a man when he loses an arm? We say he's lost an arm, but what is a man when he loses his head? Has he lost his head or his body?
All I know is I want to see the next tier of traits.
All right. Oh my god.
Ain't nobody give a fuck about
Okay,
your...
now these ones are very interesting because
Sorry,
they
Inks, you're bound here.
yeah. Yeah, these are very interesting. So that all the Grandmasters make your dodge do something cool. And this one, Bounding Dodger, your dodge is now bound, and so you deal damage and evade and do a combo thingy to everyone in the area whenever you go there. And it says leap into an area and deal a massive blow to enemies. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but
It's a Monica Lewinsky right there.
yeah. We'll allow it.
So the good thing about this, I don't know if the damage would be good or not. It could get into trouble if you're just trying to evade and you get popped out of stealth because you accidentally damage things and you're bound. But what this is good is that it's a combo finisher leap, and now people don't have to heart seek through smoke fields anymore. They can just dodge roll through smoke fields and become invisible now. Or they can do both.
So, yeah.
Anything else about this that's good?
I like it. It's a really interesting one. Yeah, that's about all.
Yeah.
What's the next dodge?
Lotus training, which is the condition-y thingy. So now you fire daggers at people and still evade, but this one's a whirl, and you throw daggers around and bleed, torment, and cripple people. My god, the power.
Depending on the build, of course. Like these two are the go-to ones. I think they're competitively interesting.
Mm-hmm. So this would be your Condi build right here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in Guild Wars 2.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Better than
Quite
Reaper?
honestly, yeah, this has me more excited than Reaper.
This is why he's sad, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because look at
It's gonna-
this. Look at this. You got your Caltrops on the dodge plus Impaling Lotus on the dodge now, and you have a friend set up a little fire field for you, and you just dodge inside a fire field doing
Throw
whirl with
burning.
bolts everywhere. You're gonna be just by dodging, you're basically killing a guy.
Yes. And then after you're out of dodges, you can just use your Lotus Strike on
And-
Dagger.
and how many
Yeah, or
dodges?
steal.
And how many dodges in a row can you get off? 4?
More
some-
than that.
With energy,
Someone in
sigils of
chat said that
energy?
you could
Way more.
kind of get 8
You
8
can
dodges off?
potentially.
Without this extra 50%, without this extra 50 endurance and these new traits that give you even more endurance, my old build that was built around this was able to get approximately 20 straight seconds of dodging, of pure evading.
Wow. That's kind of insane, because
Yeah.
now there's even more,
Yeah.
there's more endurance rebuilding, and you get 50 more, and
It's gonna be Sizer all over again.
I'm sure he'll be very happy wherever he is.
And then
He's
finally,
Just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It's gonna be just
what I do.
spinning around.
Yeah.
That's Teapot. That's our Teapot terrible team right there.
Only dodging. Everyone dodges.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
Imagine
you,
you-
you
yeah.
have this with a warrior, and so you reckless dodge and you condition damage people.
Well, you can
perfect.
just use the bound one for the normal damage. You could have some thieves doing one and some
Yeah.
thieves doing the other. There's going to be people who do the raids using only this. Only thieves with these.
Oh, for sure. Eventually, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Wing 1, only reckless dodge.
Only dodges.
This is a
No
very
weapons,
good.
only dodge.
This is a very good picture.
This
that's been
guy is
posted
so
in
good.
chat.
Alchemist 23 is just such a god. Seriously.
If you're
This guy is
using
amazing.
Photoshop, you need to use your spot healing tool and fix that eyeball up a little bit. That's pretty goddamn good.
I like that picture.
That's a good
really,
one.
It needs to have veins coming out, so it's it's on the forehead bulging. That's pretty good.
Does anyone have anything to say about Lotus? Anything additional to say about Lotus training before we get to unhindered combatant, the last trait?
Nope.
Okay.
Everyone's
good.
gonna
Very
switch
strong.
to unhindered combatant when running. That's about
Yeah.
it.
This
Dodge,
one-
dodge, dodge.
Yeah.
There's what's that? 8, 16. whatever, mini seconds of swiftness.
Yeah.
Math. What is
Yeah.
math?
Yeah.
What is math? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Don't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dash.
Okay. You will never be.
That-
You would never be slowed when you use this, I guess, if that's something you care about.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is kind of the thing.
Doing map completion.
Yeah,
Make
it's
it
very
fantastic
useful.
for matching.
Very good. Yeah.
It finally, I think, makes thieves the fastest people in the West. For a while, warriors might be able to over long distances compete with them, but now you know how thieves are really hard to pin down and like catch up to and really hold down in World versus World. If your thieves have dash, you will never ever be able to get them. You'll never be able to kill them. So I imagine this is going to be really annoying.
They're gonna evade more than Boot's haircut.
I don't get that.
What?
Your
But I-
haircut's evading you.
Is it?
Yeah, you just have this like thing on the top of your head.
Oh yeah, that's just my hair.
Yeah, it should get rid of it.
Okay.
That was-
But would you really?
Wow.
I'm not sure I'd pick. I don't think I'd pick this over the other ones though.
No.
No, I wouldn't. Not for like actual PvP or actual competitive things. Just as a troll build in World versus
Yeah,
World. I would
exactly.
pick this. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to be annoying.
Mhm.
It's a bit of a shame because the other two are
Well, I
pretty
don't.
damn good.
I don't
and then
think it's a
Dash
shame.
is-
I
Dash
think
is
it's
okay, but
I think it's very, very good for stuff like map completion and stuff like I think you mentioned or someone mentioned. But I think once you get into like in-game stuff, it kind of loses its use. But I think until that, like I think this is a really good trait. It's like the move speed signet. Like you take that when you're just running around and it's a good signet. But like when you're doing like a dungeon or fractal, like you don't use it that often. So I think it's a.
Yeah.
I think it's. I think there's a nice balance to it.
Yeah. There's, as you said,
Sure.
there are some situations where it'll be handy to use.
I
but-
just see it being.
Mr. Handy. Buy your Mr. Handies in Fallout Shelter right now.
Yeah.
I'm really I kind of want to use it in the future just to be sort of like I don't know Woody Woodpecker, what's his name, the Roadrunner, and like and like just do a little cloak and dagger hit, go invisible, and they're like, okay, he's gonna pop up in 3 seconds or 4 seconds, and then you pop up, but you're 70 miles away on top of a hill somewhere.
That's how it already is though. Kind
Now
of.
Yeah,
it's just
pretty
gonna be even faster.
Yeah, it's gonna be even more now.
I
So
like it. I hate it and I like
Interesting.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really like Daredevil. The overall kind of the whole package is just
Super
gonna be so
excited to
much
see
fun.
it, yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun. I think I'm just gonna spend all of the beta weekend just trying to attempting to troll people with Daredevil. Probably
yeah,
failing,
this will definitely
but
be one of the elite specs I'll be playing most of the beta weekend will be Daredevil.
And I'm going to be spending the beta weekend hiking and being sad about the fact that I'm hiking and not playing Guild Wars 2.
I feel like you live in the mountains of Canada.
No, I'm
Because
going
all you do
down
is hike-
to...
all you do is hike to bears and stuff.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
us,
I'm going down to Mount Washington for Labor Day weekend. And I'm sad about it. I'm happy I'm going, but I'm sad that it's beta week. Why? Every time it's beta weekend, I'm out of town.
Because you have an active life, which is terrible. You should stop it.
yeah,
Yeah, what is this?
go back
You
indoors.
join the club.
Get back
Join the
indoors.
club
Come on now.
inside.
Stop
No.
being young and vibrant and healthy and stuff and going outside. It's a terrible choice. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing
The
it.
sun kills you, didn't you know?
If
yeah.
anybody's
It's
asking
global warming and
why...
stuff.
Yeah. If anybody's asking why videos aren't coming out, that is why. Because I have no time. And these guys are taking up whatever free time I have
Sorry.
doing tea time.
We got a lot of
Bastards.
people are now suggesting people to host.
Oh, if Shin's streaming, we could host Shin.
Yeah.
But he already has a lot of viewers though. We've got to host some
Oh, yeah.
celebs, you know.
Yeah.
Give us that teapot jingle.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, play us out, Brazil.
I'm not gonna play this out. I'm gonna play G and A minor, and that's all you get.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
I fear the sun. Yes, I do.
Ah! Ah! F.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Are we hosting right now? What's going on?
No.
Nah, we're
I don't. I
still
think
live.
we're probably still live. I don't
Yeah,
know
I'm just
what's
kind of
up.
waiting for Brazil to
Play his song.
play the song, and then we'll conclude, and then
Do
plug
the
everything.
teapot song. You know what?
Okay, give a good song, seriously.
No.
No.
He refuses to perform for people. I don't know what it is.
It's the same reason why I don't piss next to someone else in the bathroom.
What?
That's a good point.
Same reason?
What?
You don't like to
I-
show off? Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
Nice.
In that case,
The realization.
this will conclude this a particularly dank episode of Tea Time.
We didn't introduce ourselves.
Yeah, that's what we have to do right now.
Oh.
Come on,
okay.
don't
I
get
thought
too
you
ahead of
said-
yourself, Brazil. Come on, man.
Fine.
Fuck's sake.
Calm it. Easy, guys.
I guess we'll go in clockwise fashion. Deroir, thank you
I
for
don't
being
know
here.
where we are on the.
Who are
Okay.
you?
Thank you.
Tell us who you
I
are.
am Deroir. I am here sometimes, but all the other times of the day, I am on my YouTube or Twitch at Deroir Gaming. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. All right. Brazil, role play as yourself or someone else.
Yeah, I'm Brazil, not the country, but you've probably.
You're Argentina, aren't you?
I have to tell a story about that since you mentioned it.
Do you?
So-
You have to tell a story about
Yeah,
that?
I do.
I am Argentina. Oh, sorry.
So this was coming out of like a weekend of a manic episode, and I had slept like 45 minutes, and I woke up and saw a message from Card on Skype, and he was like, "LOL, watch this video." And so I click it, and it immediately goes to someone parroting me talking about dyes, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like furious, like mad. And so like I went back to sleep and then like woke up again, and then I watched it, and it was really funny. But I was like extremely pissed at first. I was just like, it was really poor timing to be linked that video.
Nike was Adidas.
Yeah, it was a good
At the
video.
Taco Bell.
Adidas.
It was too great. It was too great.
I thought that was
But
hilarious.
yeah, I'm Brazil. You can find me by Googling Brazil GW2, and I'll be there.
A very true fact indeed. Boots. Who-
Hi, I'm Bootspur from World Avengers. You can find me on YouTube at World Avengers is the channel name, so it's / you know that stuff. And Twitter at something, World Avengers, and Twitch very, very rarely. Sometimes we're every week now, maybe. Not every week. Every third week, probably. We're going to be doing Teapot's Terrible Teams, and we'll do dual stream with Teapot. Yeah. And other than that, I'm basically persona non grata. No. What's the word?
Persona non grata.
Yeah. MIA, because of the fact that I have no time to do anything these days.
Yeah.
But I'm intending to actually get some videos out and do some good work. But
This-
not for a while.
This real life business is just.
I hate it.
I mean,
Real life's the worst.
yeah. All right.
It's the worst.
And in the top left hand corner, it is
In
none other
the
than
left corner. Moink.
Moinks. Yikes.
So, I'm MMO Inks. Moinks, 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 whatever. Many different variations of the same name. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. It's all MMO Inks, all one word. I didn't have the foresight to put an underscore or something in there. I'm not very smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Teapot.
Oh yes, I have to do something as well. Yes. Follow the stream. Just do it. Just follow. And there's loads of stuff beneath this you can click on, and you'll actually be able to get to all of these guys. And I pointed the wrong way there. Never mind. All those guys just by clicking on some links down there. If you missed any of that. Yes. There's also links to Twitter and YouTube and things. I make dank meme videos pretty much. They've just devolved, barely related to Guild Wars 2 at this point. But yes, follow, subscribe.
To everyone.
To everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, to everyone.
Everyone.
Come on. We can
But
all
mostly
be...
Teapot.
Spread the
but
love.
mostly me, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, that's all for now. Cheers, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.